T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, getting the mic in my face. Here we go. What is up, Keely Chow, my friend? We're back. We're back.
Keely
to it.
Chow.
Back in black. Angus it is. As it be, diddly do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. We had us a fun little time yesterday, didn't we, Ricky?
Oh, indeed. Long day.
Oh, man. We got got new puppets we're going to have to react to. I have not seen them yet. I've avoided watching that far into TRASHCAST.
Boy.
We will be investigating shortly. But yeah, crazy stuff in the news, Rookster. Crazy stuff as always. I got some Billie Eilish news. That'll be new too. Got some Anne Hathaway news. Probably like that. I think you got a soft spot for Anne Hathaway, or maybe a hard spot. I'm not sure.
A hard spot is more accurate. I'd say yes. As most of us would.
But yeah, we just watched the first episode of season 2 of Velma. Great stuff. Give us a rundown, Ricky. What'd you think?
No.
Is it better or worse than last year when we were watching this?
Honestly, I feel like last season was worse because there's just so much of it, like so quickly. and it was just baffling. And by this point, there's been She-Hulk, there's been Ahsoka. Like, watching this was just more of Velma, but it was in the kind of way of like, oh, it's more of that. Oh, nothing, like no particular joke stood out as like extra weird. It was just as dumb as the ones in season 1. So, all right, Fred is our only almost character because he's funny a little bit, and we think of him like a Homelander Jr. Like, this is, before we see Homelander and the boys, that this is who we got so far. So that's and he's ridiculous, but he's the closest thing to something that makes us laugh in that show. So that's all we gotta work with.
Yeah. We'll probably have some katydid clips to watch because I saw her in the chat earlier.
I have a puppet video that we could watch as well, perhaps because puppetry stuff has been on the brain as of late for things. An epic rap battle: Stan Lee versus Jim Henson, with a cameo of Disney.
Yeah, you chit chat for me. I gotta unplug my mic real quick.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't know if Angus will want to see it. He's kind of 50-50 when it comes to the rap battle stuff, but it's Stan Lee and Jim Henson with another drop in from someone else, and I think it's a good one-ish. It's relevant to current landscape stuff anyway, so why not? And I can always give historical things on it because I researched the shit out of it back in the day. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. Ethan Van Sciver went on to Snowdub's channel yesterday and had a conversation, so that was good. I recommend watching that part. A lot of questions Snowdub does ask him that concerned a lot of people, and like in his last videos, there was some confusion with what EBS is doing with TRASHCAST and all this stuff, and against Drunk 3PO and whatever. It all gets like cleared out there and stuff. So that is a good one to go check on out. How's your mic? Mic all good yet? I don't know. I might get a new mic as well.
Oh, it was muted.
Yes.
That was the problem.
Yes, we solved it.
Hey, what's up, Tina?
So bad take, Boj.
I never know if you want to like join in, because you say hi, and I send you a link, and then you never fucking reply.
Hey, hi,
bitch.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, if you want to join and be silly or hit back at us, clap back at us, clowns, defend Milady 3PO's honor.
Defending Milady.
Totally fine for that too. I think I've been pretty fair, honestly.
Indeed.
Fair and balanced. I am the new Fox News. It's what comes with the territory when God bestows the mission he has upon me.
Yeah. Did he send it upon you through the device of tablets, or was
semen,
it through
actually.
other measures?
Semen.
Okay, other detectors. All right.
Yeah. If you've seen American Gods and you've seen how like they transfer the jinn,
Nope.
I'm not sure. Jinn is like genie. It's Islamic like region mythology.
Yeah, Jinn. Yep, I'm familiar with that.
American Gods is like old gods versus new gods, and the new gods are like technology and social media and stuff versus like Odin and the African spider trickster god. Yeah.
I never heard that one.
Neil Gaiman, he did the Norse mythology comic. Like he's really into this stuff. He knows this stuff. He has like some fertility goddess who, like, when she fucks you, she's actually like eating you. That's pretty cool. He pulls some. He doesn't just go for like Zeus and Odin and like Horus. He goes for like obscure shit. So it's really cool.
That's cool.
But the jinn, this jinn in particular is gay, and so he picks up a guy in a taxi, and they're like instantly attracted. So he like transfers the jinn via the semen in his ass.
Did I say transferred the Jew?
Well, I think a certain Reich in Germany was really good at transporting Jews.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, no, Velma is interesting for me. It's very interesting because it's funny, like seeing the fall through. Like leftist retards will pick a thing like Velma to defend, unironically.
Yes.
and then they'll champion it or whatever, pretend, and they'll make articles like, see, it's so good. And then like season 2, they drop the whole fucking thing. And like,
I haven't heard any of them talking about it or
There's
promoting
no
it or
hype.
anything.
I had
I've
no
heard
idea.
nothing about it.
We watched it last year. I thought it was going to be another like year or two to animate this shit. Like, look at Invincible.
No, they got approved right away or something because they were like one of the top ones, I guess, because there wasn't any animated original, or animated HBO shit. So you got approved right away for more.
All right, I'm gonna have to look up this first word, but Falcon says, "Orale, mi hermanos y hermanas." So he's saying something, my brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Let me look up orale.
Orale.
Spanish.
Summer Swan has arrived as well. That's
a common interjection in Mexican Spanish.
That's
slang.
just a praying mantis.
It is
do better.
Also commonly used in the U.S. as an exclamation, expressing approval or encouragement. The term has varying connotations, including affirmation that something is impressive, an agreement with the statement, or to signify distress.
All right. Thanks for that.
Let me see. It was famously used by Cheech Marin and Cheech and Chong, born in East LA, in the phrase "Orale vato, what's happening?" I've never watched Cheech and Chong.
Oh, God.
I really hate stoner shit because it's like,
I never saw that
they
either.
were like,
hey man, we're gonna let's use the rocket fuel to smoke this bong. Yeah, no.
Oh man, so high right
do
now. Like, it's funny to like mock it, but then it's
Yeah.
like legitimately like, this is the whole movie. It's like, oh man, we're high. Oh dog.
It's good for little skits and little bursts, but not
like
for the entire
fucking
content.
Pineapple Express. I think it's Pineapple Express. The opening with Bill Hader in the 50s.
Yeah.
That shit is funny as fuck because it's like they're testing marijuana and it's like, oh no, he's like he's gone rabid, he's rogue. It's like, that's it, no more. Dump everything, burn all the evidence, take care of that guy, which means like kill him because oh god, he's touched the weed, he's no good, he's compromised. That's a Reefer Madness like angle. It's just a praying.
South Park made them be Mexicans, but misinformation pretends they're Native Americans and whatever. Here's our Cherokee hair tampons.
Yeah. Well, I love how there is a growing culture now in the youth. A lot of people got doubts for the future, but then I see the youth.
It surprises us here and there.
They're like the males are highly misogynistic. I would say more so than like Mad Men era, more than the honeymooners. Like, I ought to whack you. Like, I think we're gonna get there's gonna be a rise for a minute in domestic violence reporting until at some point it's like, no, this is the culture. You shut the fuck up.
I don't whack you, wascally woman.
Wascally woman. I think it's going to I think there's going to be a culture setting back the traps are not gay culture. That's going to be unfortunate for like my demographic, but we'll stay true regardless.
We'll see.
But there's going to be a lot of culture shift people aren't anticipating because they think like, oh, we're just woke and we're just going to stay woke and get more woke. And it's like, yeah, maybe politically, sure, some dumb shit. And then, but I think society are already like getting like drastic setup of like people, the kids realize like, wait, we're like boiling in this pot.
They want the opposite. They want whatever's the furthest away from whatever we're at our height of currently, and so that's where it'll go to. So there'll be hope, but it has to get worse first. That's the
gist.
Key.
We got to do our part to make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Do your part.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're watching Velma.
1 second, I got to get my paper.
He's got to get his notes. Everything all ready for the stream, of course, behind him. Naturally. Stacy Keach is a national treasure. So Mortal Kombat added Ermac, and it somewhat saved the game. I assume the current Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I have not seen the current Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1, I think, was the last one I heard about.
There we go, once again.
And now you can hear us again.
Torn into pieces. What were you saying, Queerbait?
Oh, nothing. Becky in the chat said that Mortal Kombat added Ermac, and it somewhat saved the game. And I have not played any. But the latest Mortal Kombat game I played was like Armageddon. So like I don't know any current Mortal Kombat game stuff going on.
Yeah.
No idea.
I hate fighting games. They're just literally button mashers. It's kind
You
of
shut
pointless.
your mouth, you stupid pleb. Video games are what make this sphere function, okay?
And then I hope it collapses. How's it going, Backy? Yeah, we're gonna be laughing. I hope you like the thumbnail. I really
that was a fun
really put
thumbnail.
some effort. I went through like 10 prompts to like nail that.
I liked the other one. The old man looked too sad, and I was like, no, where he's kind of like, ah. Like that's,
Let me see if I can
they're
go
both
on being
happy.
on
The
my
cow
computer.
and him are equally happy. That's perfect.
I wanted him sad. Let's
Yeah,
just be
but I'm
clear.
just saying, like visual, like the other one hit me more. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
Let me
There you
see.
go.
This
You can
one-
also laugh with madness. Doesn't have to always be what you think.
I think it's this one. Let me see.
I gotcha.
Trying to
Pulling up your
see-
thumbnail of the show.
Yeah, I'm trying to show my thumbnails. My
Trying to show it, but you
creations.
took too long. That's what you
Well, I don't know
doing.
what my
the
account
heck
is.
you doing?
Oh, that's a classic
Yeah.
one.
yeah. Thumbnail showcase.
Well, I mean, we got stuff in the DMs you could show.
That's true. I wanted to show the Jim Henson versus Stan Lee rap battle thing. I think you'd like that in the chat because it relates with puppets and superheroes and Disney, which is the only one they really do toward Disney, really, at all, and all that stuff. Since
Yeah,
it's
that-
relevant currently. But the stuff I wanted to show in the DMs was a topic point, but we'll save that for later. It's too early to get into that, especially while we're on this, but that's all right. That's all right. There's a lot of streamers tonight. Last night there wasn't nearly as much around this time, but that's all good. That's all good in the chat. So everybody is hopefully doing all right, having fun. A lot. Do you guys think that drama? That drama is a problem in our sphere, or that it's like a lot of overreacting on a lot of people's parts? Because I feel like that's part of it, where somebody says something about somebody and then they flip out about it, and then they will burn. They will say that the bridge is burned, but it's like, I mean,
Good.
was it burned? You need to burn a bridge. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be more difficult to burn a bridge with some stuff.
All right. Okay, so I got them pulled up. So let's start going through these.
Random Brad has
Thumbnails.
arrived.
Hey, what's
So
up, Phil TMNT?
Phil TMNT posted a thing
Yes
for a
and
death
yes.
battle that might be coming up. Shredder versus Slade, which you probably don't know much about either of them, but Deathstroke essentially is Slade from one of the Teen Titan cartoons. Fucking rules. Voiced by Ron Perlman.
Deathstroke's not bad.
Yeah, he's cool. And then Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
That's
Gonna have a death battle.
Wait, is Shredder? Is Splinter is the
Shredder's the
Master
bad
Splinter.
guy. He's the guy. He's the leader of the feet people.
Shredder's the foot guy.
Yeah, he's
the
like
foot fetishist.
he's the foot
and-
fetishist. Yeah,
Okay,
the one director and stuff. Of course.
so he's always trying to tickle the turtle
Tickle your
feet.
feetsies.
I'll get your I'll tickle
I'll
your
tickle
toes,
you
turtles.
tomorrow, you teenage mutant ninja turtles. I will tickle your feet.
Yeah,
Tim's in the chat as well. What's up, Timmy
Wait, have
boy?
you ever seen Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black?
Nope.
Do you know what the story is at all?
Nope.
It's like he's a normal guy, but he washes up and he's like a giant on this island.
Nope.
Oh man, you gotta see the Jack Black version because like it's modern, and so he like arrives on this, and he's like a dweeb. This is Jack Black.
I
But
think
then
I
he's,
know
like,
what you're talking
he
about.
starts,
though. I've
he
seen
starts
I've
like
seen clips
telling
of
him these
it.
great stories.
They like capture him sort of and stuff. Like
yeah, and then he tells them great
yeah, like, I've seen
stories. And it's
some-
like
I've seen
Star
some of it, maybe.
Wars and other shit, but it's like
Yeah.
these are his journeys,
and it's him.
outside. And so then they
Things, I
like
assume,
they're very
yeah.
technologically advanced. They make like a theater and start like producing all this shit. And he's like, oh
Start
wow.
growing.
And so then they start trying to plan to like leave the island with like their tech. And it's
Right.
just like, oh fuck, this is gonna backfire. I haven't seen it since it came out, but like
That's funny. That could be
Growing
on our list
older,
soon.
growing older now, I want to see Gulliver's Travels again.
That could be on our list soon.
It's one of those like it
Why
was
not?
like meh back then, but now it's like, oh, what a hidden gem.
Potentially.
There's been different versions. It's like a classic book from the 1800s, I think.
Yeah.
Jack Black. Got my handy dandy notebook, as Steve would say,
Ah,
before the
got
deep
your
state killed him.
notepad. Yeah. Gonna
See,
find some
this is the thing.
clues?
I was only explaining to Rookie because, like, when I was a kid, I didn't have cable for a minute, and so all I had was 10 and 12, CBS and NBC from the antenna. So I only get to see cartoons on Saturdays, except for what maybe we owned in media. And so all I could really watch was fucking Dora. Blue's Clues I already liked, but like all I had was Dora, you know, and I hated Dora. One of the key things I hate about Dora, besides that she's a fucking Mexican, which obviously is a problem, is the difference from Blue's Clues, the delivery, where it's like they're both for kids, but Blue's Clues is like, do you see where Blue left a clue? You're like, over there, and he like starts going like, you're like, no, the other way.
Other way, you fool.
Oh, and then he's like, and then like, yeah, closer. He's like, oh, here it is. And then there's like a back and forth. There's a feedback with like in the studio of the children. And then Dora's like, where is Swiper? Oh, over there.
It's like the comedian that just like awkward pause. I don't know.
I fucking like, even as there's certain shit about film that without like growing up with film, clearly my parents are fucking retards about media, but even before like any exposure to like behind the scenes stuff with Spider-Man or Star Wars, like there's already like an inkling of like, I'm seeing this on a higher level. And so like Dragon Ball sucks because they just fucking scream all the time. There's no substance, lots of filler. And then Blue's Clues versus Dora. It's like Dora sucks. And this is one of the reasons why. It's like it's like they kneecap themselves with the engagement. I don't know why, but I was just thinking about that and how funny it is. And yeah,
well, and then now you're tainted because you've seen Attack on Titan in all its glory. So anything else is like,
it's amazing.
Can't give anything else a chance, can you?
And I really, though, so far I don't really see what the influence of. Like normally you can be like, well, without like Dragon Ball, you wouldn't have this and that. But it's like I don't really see that with this cartoon with the Attack on Titan.
This seemed to just be like, here's a good one that nobody had before. Damn, shit, and nobody's trying to make one like it.
Doesn't really feel like anything else I've seen or people like hyped up about. The whole appeal of it is such like a Game of Thrones nihilistic, in-depth, like philosophical show versus like Dragon Ball is like very much a Marvel carnal, intrinsic, basic appeal of like, I'm Super Saiyan 27.
That's the tinkly retards. One Punch Man would probably be the next closest thing that I know of that you might like.
I've seen some One Punch
because it
that like, mosquito lady is hot. I love the mosquito lady.
There's a lot of stuff in there, and there's some funny gay jokes in it too as well that kind of make fun of some they kind of play off of. I feel like One Punch Man was almost made to counter Dragon Ball in a way.
Oh God, Tim!
In a way,
I just realized. So yeah, thank you for joining again, Random Brad and Film Team 2. What's up?
Yep.
Tim Cora from Rebel Moon bodies them both. Well, first of all, Zack Snyder sucks, basically.
I don't remember who Cora was. And
I think Cora is like the lesbian with the like dyke haircut.
It's not clear. The dyke haircut. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you're like, oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it's Cora.
You can't just say
and
lesbian.
The fact that it's like, wait, Cora? Oh God. Oh man. Like, I'm not gonna watch Avatar: Last Airbender. I'm definitely not watching fucking Legend of Mary Sue, Cora. And Zack Snyder names his fucking character Cora after this Mary Sue. Like, even if it's not after, like that's already a name in media. It's tainted. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like, it's like if I make a new thing and I'm like, oh man, you're gonna follow Anakin, and it's like that's already got a taint. Like it or hate it, you know.
Crosses off Cora from current projects.
Yeah, Papa says it's a shitload of overacting, but it's all been funny as fuck. Don't stop now. I won't. You know me. Yeah, taking a like lunch break. Can't be effed anyway.
That means you're not drinking right now. Sorry, man.
It's not able. It's not
usually got the brewski emojis when he's.
It's not gay o'clock yet. I see.
No, not quite yet. Last night we got him pretty later. So
if you're not following, essentially the takeaway is beer consumption is in fact homosexual and should be.
We advocate that every single beer company should have a trans representative representative.
There you
And
go.
then yeah, everybody will realize, oh well, beer's gay anyway, and either not drink it or they'll just drink it and not care. Or they'll drink it and not care.
Yeah, it's like, no, see, like, you don't have a problem with Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light. I'm like, well, I did because like it patronized sports fans. No, but otherwise, yes, I think if people were like, I'm not drinking beer because that tranny, I'm like, oh, well,
Oh, which is funny because to me they
oh,
bought all
shucks.
this. They bought all this beer to shoot the beer or destroy the beer and go, I'm not drinking your beer anymore. It's just like I don't see how this is like an own. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't get an uptick in sales from people buying Bud Light.
Well,
to
it's all
destroy
gay.
for
It's
their
all a
stuff.
lie.
Like,
Because
you
Kid
know.
Rock instantly flipped and got back more
Yeah.
Bud Light. He's
Well,
a clown.
well, that's what I was saying. Like it
It was
would
a
have been
PR
funny.
marketing
Yeah,
thing for
like,
everybody.
It
They're
all
like,
seemed
"I'm
like
outraged!"
let us all put our faces also in the ring with this, but us destroying Bud Light, and then it'll just be it's so fucking stupid. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Wait, who is Steve? Who?
Steve the
Steve,
pirate.
wait, Steve from
Scurvy.
Deadpool 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron caught Scumlords. You were watching Nipple. You caught up on Scumlords. That's the Young Klippa show. You're watching Nipple 3 with Klippa and Vito, and someone was, look, ice on pole is falling on the car. They have a car scene, so you know how Zack Snyder is the blueprint. Now we can have Ripitards.
As the
Ripitards can
blueprint,
clip.
right.
They can clip the fucking isom falling.
Anytime
Like, Eric is the blueprint.
Anytime somebody
The
falls on a
Soska
car
sisters are
now,
the blueprint.
even though it's funny because I'm thinking in my head of like 70 different scenes and movies and shows where somebody falls
Dark
on a
Knight.
car. Yep. I mean, Lethal Weapon. Somebody falls on a
I try
car
to
on that
forget Lethal
too.
Weapon.
Daredevil, even the
Fell in
movie.
a car? I mean,
somebody did.
Movie.
Somebody did.
The
Yeah,
movie.
I forget the movie.
I only got halfway through it. It's a tough watch.
Yeah, but the playground scene is funny. I find that hilarious.
Rebel Moon is my Star Wars. Well, you should seek medical attention.
Sad, strange little man there, Timmy boy.
Sad, strange little man.
Angus literally fell asleep when watching the first Rebel Moon, and so we didn't finish it. Like 20 minutes after he fell asleep, I was like, I'm not going to continue watching this shit, and then we're not going to resume watching it later.
If you did finish it, and then it's like, what are we going to watch? I'm like, well, I need to finish Rebel Moon, and so I like make you rewatch.
No. Nope.
Rookie's usually not a whiny bitch when we watch bad stuff, but like he was just so fucking whining the whole time watching Velma. It's so funny.
I guess it's like because it's like its pace is so quick, so it feels like it's hitting me faster and more often, and so I'm just like, it's like if somebody's going, hey, stop it.
Wait, Dana White flipped. What do you mean? Are you talking about like, oh, with the Bud Lighted heat, was he a flipper as well? Again, this is all posturing. It's all phony. Don't buy into this stuff. You know, it's like it's one thing to be like, oh, look, comment on it. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But it's another thing of like, the loudest people are usually the fucking fakest. And you should think about that with your the YouTubers you like as well. Star Wars is dead. Yeah, I hope y'all like the thumbnail. Let's investigate my creative process thus far in making
dive into
thumbnail.
the mind of the Angus.
Yeah, the ghost with the most. I fell asleep during Dune Part 1. Hey, you know what?
I can
Ghost with the most. Ghost with the most. I am not a Dune guy, so I love Villeneuve. That was my whole excitement to watch Dune, and I watched it. I think I might have a review on my channel. I can't remember, but I'm like, fuck, man, this is boring. So it's the first Villeneuve movie I don't like, and it's not that it was bad. It's just like it's such boring shit he's making. But then, because I love Game of Thrones, I watch Alt Shift X, and he has all these Dune videos. He's doing more Dune videos, which is great. So I finally watched like Dune compared with Game of Thrones, and I start learning pieces of the Dune lore and the Bene Gesserit and whatnot, and the compare and contrast and how much Game of Thrones 1 book is basically a love letter to Dune. And the whole series is, largely thanks to Dune, along with, Lord of the Rings, but very much, I would say the nuances and intricacies are very much more Dune based. And of course you learn about the Star Wars comparison. And so Dune 2, it really, they make way more of a entertainment film, but the first one is a lot of exposition, a lot of setup, and I think it has the baggage of trying to distance itself from the original Dune film because it's like such a like tainted film for the fandom. It's a lot of love hate. It's a cult following. The director hates his own work. Never panned out to the success it could have been, even though it's foundational. So I totally empathize with you on the Dune thing, but I would say it's because Dune is such a loaded fantasy. It's a 6-part saga, and then you got the extra with his son. I hear varying things about its quality, but it sounds like there's at least like what we would want with Star Wars, or like at least it's just okay. So yeah, I would say dig into Dune lore. Watch Comic Book Girl 19, Danica. She's really good. She's a big Dune chick, so watch her like walk through the first book as well.
He's a Dune chick, not dude chick. For Angus chick.
Yeah, I because I'm becoming more and more of a Dune guy thanks to like digging into the lore. Like a lot of the ideas really resonate with me. I really appreciate it. So I very much empathize, but like I'm a kind of a Dune freak now. So, Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Rookie is gay.
Well,
He will say Pepsi.
No, it's fun. No, I like both. Okay, I'm bi when it comes to Pepsi and Coke. All right, I drink both. I drink both. I literally have two. I have a 2-liter Pepsi, and
there's a gun to your head right now. You will pick one soda.
I'd say if gun to my head, I'd say Coke, but I still will drink.
You're always going against me, and then gun to your head. I'm right, you bitch.
All I'm doing is fighting for the right for Pepsi to exist and have its mark on this world. It needs its place. I've got cans of cola and 2 liters of Pepsi.
So, okay, here's the thing. I as well am a buy soda person. I don't mind Pepsi, but it's got to be cold. It can't be lukewarm. It definitely.
I agree. In general,
like,
I prefer soda to be cold, if not with ice. Yeah, it's got to be cold.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, no one wants hot soda or warm soda, but it's like there is like a quality of like, even when it's hot, like the flavor's like on point. You know, it's still refreshing, just not as enjoyable as cold.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: Coca-Cola is the only true cola. Again, watch Joe Rogan. There's an episode he did with this Coca-Cola like expert. This guy did like research on cola, and I think Monsanto. It's all kinds of interconnected environmental impact stuff on like big industry. And Coke was like the main thing. So he ended up doing this whole historic deep dive about Coke. And Coke is the only true cola because every other cola you buy anywhere, including Pepsi Cola, the biggest competitor, they are making fake cola. They're making artificial cola. Coca-Cola, for whatever reason, they have a literal monopoly. I think it might even be for pharmaceuticals. They are the only company allowed to import coca leaves into America. At least normal industry. I'm unclear about medicinal, but otherwise they're the only company allowed to import coca leaves. So they're the only company to actually get the true coca or cola flavonoid for the cola, the Coke flavonoid for cola. So that's why I've become a Coca-Cola purist. I mean, I would love to be anti-Coke because it's kind of like McDonald's, Walmart, you know, these American businesses that are really just like globo homo enterprises, you know, that don't care about the actual image they've built for themselves, even though they sell it to you. So I'd love to support the other guy, you know, like Target is way better than Walmart. It's worth paying the extra fee. But no, Coca-Cola is the true cola. So I kind of just on purity have to support Coca-Cola. And they do have that Americana history to appreciate.
And Coke, like if I were to compare them.
Wait, really quick. What's the best iconography of Pepsi? You got that fucking F slurry Kardashian cop.
Madam Web. Thank you.
Oh, Madam Web was a entire Pepsi.
It kills the villain. Thanks.
Pepsi literally kills.
I'm sorry. Hold on. No. Back to the Future. I just want a Pepsi. Pepsi. Boom. Suck it, bitch. Fucking wrecked.
Right. Okay, that's your best. That's your best. Well, the future president, Dwight D. Eisenhower, when he was general of the army, he helped line up the contract like our boys overseas. Our MREs, we need the best. We can't have this Pepsi Cola shit. We need the real deal. We need Coca-Cola. They got the exclusive rights with the U.S. government to fight Nazis. Boom! Boom! You like Nazis if you like Pepsi.
That'd be cool to see in a movie, like some low point, like a low point, like, oh man, we're just all defeated. No, hold on,
you support Pepsi?
all
You
we
want
have
the-
is
you want
Pepsi
the
to give
Axis
us
to
our
win?
energy.
Is that what you're telling me?
We can't fight these guys. And then oh, I'm coming, and the Coke boy comes across. They're like, oh, thank you, Coke boy. And now he can fight.
But no, going back to Dune really quick, I'm really sad because Villeneuve's not releasing any extended cuts, any deleted scene stuff. He's like, oh yeah, like what you saw is what you're getting. And it's like with Dune, there should be so much more that didn't make the cut because it's such a big universe like Lord of the Rings, where there's extra shit not in the direct books you're adapting that should be mingling in the world. So that's the other irritation for Dune fans. Where it's like, are you kidding me? And there's a great I'll find it. Ghost of the Most, hit me up on Twitter and be like, hey, whether we've talked about it, be like, hey, this is me, this is Ghost of the Most. There's this really good panel of Dune channels that talked about Dune 2. So I'll send it to you if you're interested.
Is your profile pic that Tristan from King Arthur Ghost with the Most?
No, that's Mads Mikkelsen.
What from?
I think he did a film with Nicholas Winding Refn, the Drive director.
Oh, okay.
I think he did like a Viking movie before. That should be it.
Oh, okay.
Cool. But yeah, I hope you like my little Pepsi Coke tirade. Coke wins. America wins with Coke.
I want to see how come that hasn't been in a movie? Like that sounds like a movie scene for a World War II movie or something. Like, you
mean like the Air movie where it's like, how did they land Michael Jordan to build Nike?
Yeah, something like that. But with Coke and
it's like, how did Coke become so big? It's like, well, we kind of made a fucking monopoly on Coke importing of like cocaine. The root ingredient of cocaine. We have the monopoly importing it.
We got
the monopoly with
it.
the military, thanks to Dwight Eisenhower, one of the greatest presidents ever, the guy to warn us the military-industrial complex, who also beat the Nazis.
Indeed.
I'll take OG Dave Lynch's Dune any day of the week. There's definitely things I know about Dune creatively where they've, like they say holy war. No, it's a jihad. Like when there's holy wars in Dune, they're jihads, Butlerian jihad. It's a very interesting concept if you don't know. Basically, the sci-fi world that Frank Herbert made, and Star Wars does this too. I don't know if you ever noticed, but like they got TVs and shit. They have spaceships, and they got like hyperspace rings to make up for lack of hyperdrive and stuff for small ships. So they got lightsabers. There's all this cool tech, but then there's like they're pretty much living as knights. It's very much a feudal system, whether it's knights or samurai system, shogun system. There's very much like a limitation of like real involvement of technology, of like insta calls. Like they literally can talk across space, with their holograms, but there seems to be like this kind of limitation still, and they're very much this archaic element to Star Wars.
Every signal they have is always spotchy and staticky.
Yeah,
sort
Dune is weird because like he cuts all that shit out as an even possibility. The world hates technology that the universe you're in because we've become interstellar colonists, all over the galaxy or universe, whatever. There's an emperor. Earth has been pretty much wiped out, so we've lost our history because I got hit by an asteroid. So we find little relics, but we don't know our own past. It's so far in the future. At some point, the AI was so indistinguishable with humanity that like they'd be in hospitals. And this one woman, like the robot delivered her child and was going to deemed it's better to abort the child for some ailment. It robbed the woman of her choice. And it turned out like, wait, that was a robot? What the fuck? And so then this became a big problem. Eventually it spills into a jihad across the universe and they wipe out any technology basically. And so they have this like Orange Catholic Bible, this religion that is like one of the chief ideas is like, no machine can mimic the mind of a human, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but this is like the root.
So it can't be anything more complex than a toaster or something.
Even calculators. No, they have a whole order of what's called mentats that devote their lives to being human calculators. Like this is how much the world's been affected by a lack of technology, because they have spacecraft, but to go faster than light speed, without AI, without computers, it's hard for pilots to actually
Yeah,
predict
it almost sounds like
hitting-
you're trying to take a civilization that is like, yeah, like they don't have any technology, but how far can they go without like that level of like computer technology? You can have machine, it seems, but you can't have technology, which there is a difference between technology and machines, I would think.
Yeah.
People think about it.
So yeah, they had faster interstellar space travel thanks to computers plotting courses, but since the Butlerian Jihad has influenced the religious psyche of the whole society, they get rid of that. And so for centuries, they're trying to figure out how to move product, as Eric would love to say, goalposts, across the galaxy without the, hitting stars. And so they find spice. Spice has this hallucinogenic property. Long-term use makes you addicted, and it can kill you if you don't get enough, just like drugs. And but you can like kind of have predictive capabilities. So the Spacing Guild gets a monopoly on pilotry, but then the Emperor will assign different planets, factions, houses, the governance of Arrakis, where spice is made. So spice is like more or less kind of like oil, and so he who controls the spice controls the universe. So there's like a balance of power, checks and balances through commerce and politics and whatnot. And so the whole impetus, just like in Game of Thrones, where it's like, oh, the king of the hand of the king is dead, I want you to be my new hand. That's kickstarts everything. And there's all this backstory of wars and petty arguments and houses bickering. There's a beef with Harkonnens and the Atreides. The father Atreides is aware that being assigned the Harkonnen holding of Arrakis is a troubling sign that he's probably going to be taken off the board, and so he's trying to prepare for it. So he wants to summon the desert power of the natives. So that's Dune. That's the whole thing about Dune. That's what starts it off. But the movie, I like the old movie. I've watched about half of it. It's definitely more pageantry. But because of the taint of that film, the lack of like follow through, success, and who Villeneuve is just generally with his style, there's a lot of things just like, let's turn completely against that movie. Let's make the anti-84 Dune. It's no real pageantry. It's very much like muted colors and just drab. It's desolate kind of. It's brutalistic.
I'm so tired of muted colors.
No, me too. Like watch
so
old Dune.
Colors, man.
Yeah, watch old Dune, and like just imagine if they did old Dune today. It'd be like Alexander in Babylon. It'd be beautiful, all sorts of colors. I think that's the way to go. Maybe future Dune productions. I hope, like, I like Villeneuve's Dune. It's opened more people to this great franchise like myself, but I hope they actually remake it again and have it like hand in hand with like whatever series they're developing. That'd be great. See, Summer Swan said, I just cracked open a Colorado cola. Well, that is fake cola. You are an apostate. OG Dune is way, way better. The Frank Herbert series is ace. How many more are you still? Keanu Reeves is too old for action movies. Never, because like
I don't know. I mean, even Harrison Ford has technically been
he's
in action
80s. He's playing Red Hulk.
It's hard to say. It depends on the person and their body and what they
CGI.
feel like they can do, I guess, and what technology can do to make it seem like they're in it doing whatever things. So
Chasing the Argonauts.
Technically, until they die. I mean, technically, even after they die.
Where can I see this Jason and the Argonauts? Let me know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's available on YouTube or Tubi or something, because it's like such.
Where can I watch it for free? Streaming.
Yeah,
is the point.
Not sure. That's why I was saying those names, because they're usually free. Usually.
Yeah. But so let me find the EVS stream because we want to react to these puppets, these new puppets. I know they've appeared. I don't know what the context is. I didn't play it. I just scrolled on my timeline. Okay, it's around there. Awesome. Pull up. Remember those English people that were kind of cozying up to Eric? Like
English
Ethan
people?
Von Skyver.
I
Like they were
remember to Ethan a while back.
like they were mad at him for a minute, but then
Yeah, I
they were,
remember like Ethan Van Skyver.
then they were
Yeah, those
cool,
guys.
but then they just like
Yeah.
disappeared. I don't know what happened.
I thought they just showed up for one appearance to say, "No, we're cool now," and then just left, kind of. And that was about it. I don't
Okay,
remember
it's
anything about them other
TRASHCAST.
than they had stuff going on, and then they didn't, and then they did, and then they're just gone. No idea.
I got to scroll in here and
There is a Dune miniseries on DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh,
Highly
yeah, it's like-
recommended. Will be streaming as well, I'd say. He says.
yeah, I am
Random Red.
aware of this miniseries. It has okay, let's see what the fuck this is. This is gonna be great. Yeah, it's got miniseries. Professor X, Split. James McAvoy. It's got James McAvoy in it.
When you say Professor X, I think of the Patrick Stewart first.
Well, yeah, that's why I specify like Professor X.
Well, I know,
Split.
but when you said Professor X, that's the first thing I thought
Sure.
of. Is what I was saying. So-
Right, and then I added Split, so it's like, all right, this should be focusing you that like
I know, but
follow along.
I was
rookie.
Darn.
All right, so he's showing this little clip from the Scamiversity that Eric got a participation trophy from for being a black businessman. And then shortly we're gonna get a puppet clip, and then I guess there's a clip of Jeremy crying about his puppet.
Usually.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Let me check Katie's channel as well. Katie did channel. Yeah, and it's funny. Eric is live. He's only got like 300 people watching, but that's after Trashcast is over. You know, yeah, there's got to be probably at least I don't know, a quarter people just watching it to try to gay up EVS to report in with Papa July. Pimp Daddy July.
Potentially.
Style video presented, edited by Ripaverse about this situation. Oh, I love it.
I have a dream. Remember, I was joking about that, and then this came out like a week later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Like again, God, the universe, whatever, it's speaking to us. The energy.
He hath done shined his light on you.
Ooh.
Black History Month, no less.
The Richard DeVos Young Entrepreneur Award.
Black History Month, no less.
What was the award? The Richard DeVos what?
I don't know. He's like the original MLM like pyramid scammer. Let me look this up. Richard DeVos MLM scheme. Let's see what we find here. So this is on jacobin.com. Let me see. Trying to find more about the MLM. Amway. So Amway's his company. Let's see. Multi-level marketing company that sells health, beauty, and home care products. The company was founded in 1959 by Jay Van Andel and Richard DeVos, and it's based in Ada, Michigan. Amway and its sister companies under Alticore. God, they sound like fucking Ripaverse names. Sorry. Reported sales of $9 billion in 2018. It's the largest multi-level marketing company in the world by revenue. It conducts business through a number of affiliated companies in more than 100 countries. It's been investigated in various countries and institutions, such as the Federal Trade Commission, for alleged pyramid scheme practices. The company has paid tens of millions of dollars to settle these lawsuits. So Eric is in good company here. Between 2007 and 2008, Amway was found guilty of illegal business practices in India. This ruling was upheld by the Indian Supreme Court. The crackdown was followed up in 2021 by the Enforcement Directorate, attaching company and bank assets and labeling Amway's business model as a pyramid fraud and the product offerings a masquerade. God, this sounds so familiar, Rookie. It sounds like a comic company I know of. It's a little fuzzy, though. Might have to jog my memory.
Well, Harry.
Richard DeVos. So he died recently, so he was not directly involved. Let me see. Co-founder of Amway and owner of the Orlando Magic.
Oh boy, wow.
He's the 60th wealthiest person in the US and 205th in the world, worth $5 billion before he died in 2018. So he bought the Magic in 91 for $85 million. After he failed to acquire an expansion team for baseball in Orlando. He formerly owned the Orlando Bears, the Grand Rapids Griffins, and Kansas City Blades, International Hockey League franchises. So yeah, he sat on the board of trustees of North Underwood University, which is in Michigan, and had been president. I'm just digging in. I'm very interested in who this guy is. So yeah, he's from Michigan, so his college is in Michigan, but somehow he ended up in Florida. DeVos, early life. Surprisingly, nothing about Jews. That's usually when you find billionaires, you usually find their early life. Oh, Jewish. Who would have thought? I was just curious. Let me catch up this chat really quick before we get into these puppets. As this puppet is the best. Oh, and the Argonauts are free on YouTube. Cool.
No, yeah, I figured.
All right, me and Ricky will have to watch that together. I like the old Clash Stein's the old I don't know the guy's name, but
some stop motion stuff.
Stop motion. I call it claymation because that's basically
I feel like it's the same thing, interchangeable.
I really love. I'm not a Burton guy at all. I kind of hate Tim Burton. I think he's overrated. But Sweeney Todd, strangely enough, really great movie to me. Love it. And then Nightmare Before Christmas legitimately is a good movie, despite the Hot Topic weirdos making it gay. I think you would film that one though. Still love the OG though. I've got a soft spot for Medusa. She got a bum deal. Well, it depends. Oh, dude, it's so funny. People get really triggered. There's one Geeks and Gamers guy. I think it's something Scholar, Hollywood Scholar, I think his name. He's like one of these guys that gets really triggered about Medusa. He's like, no, the real story, she's just fucking evil. And this is like the story of her being like a feminist icon is
She
like
got fucked over.
a Roman retelling. I'm like, well, yeah, but there's all these like hazy stories with before the Romans. There's different stories by the Greeks that have lasted about these characters. So they were like the comics of of the ancients, you know, but they actually did worship them, or they had some sort of religious significance, truly. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, fine, but like storytelling, it's not really interesting that she's just evil and this is fucking Luke Skywalker, you know, cookie cutter bullshit. I think the Medusa story of her being taken by Poseidon, and there's this kind of cruelty of arguable honor or whatever with Athena and her temple being slighted with the act, and she can't do anything to Poseidon. So it's like, well, you raped that girl, and since I can't punish you, I will punish her. And also, there's this whole thing about she might have been more beautiful than Aphrodite, and so there's like a
Yeah, that was more
there.
the beauty thing too, of like, you can't be that pretty.
Yeah, and it's
You're
like ironic that the most beautiful creature no man can look upon without death. Like that is, and it's like a theme clearly with the sirens in Greek mythology too, where it's like they tempt, what is it? Not Ulysses, Odysseus, I think.
Yet lesbians would have a field day, apparently.
Yeah, but no, I love Medusa. If you love Medusa, this is why you need to support me and help me make Meth Gator, because I have a spin-off.
He does. I've seen a couple of the sketches for the character. I thought it wasn't going to look that good of a design, but it looks like a good design. So
I got a cool spin-off character that will be interconnected with Meth Gator. I want to make him. I need to make Meth Gator first to show my worthwhileness. So, you add to the Meth Gator coffer, you help fund this illicit meth-based empire, and I will return the favor with product. Whole ass niggas. But yeah, Clash of the Titans, I grew up loving because it was like far and between sword and sandal stuff, and then boom. We get like new stuff like Gladiator, Troy, Kingdom of Heaven, Spartacus, 300. Nice little tight window for about 5 years or so of
Alexander.
Sword and Sandal. Alexander, yeah, I love Alexander. And yeah, through time, besides 300, I think nailing exactly like the Western spirit of the story of the 300 and the pitch of it and the dichotomy, I think Alexander is the best Sword and Sandal movie, like of historical accuracy. And it really gets the complicated nature of who Alexander was.
Oh no, you know what? I'm not sure. I think the winner might actually go to Gods of Egypt, the most abysmal shit of the whole fucking planet.
Own it? You own it? Oh my god!
For the physical media show is $5, and
$5
not worth it.
Chow.
It has Jamie Lannister in it and Leonidas, and it's still dog shit. How does that happen?
And it's got T'Challa.
How does that happen? Yeah.
It's got T'Challa in it as well.
It's so shit.
And he's just like a brainy F slur.
It's the worst one.
Oh man, they literally buck broke T'Challa. No wonder he died of prostate cancer.
Yeah, he did Gods of Egypt. Bad choice, man. Nah.
Honestly, I think he kind of deserved to die after making that. Like, yes, he deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell. It's funny. I'm like, oh my god, it's a whole army of T'Challas. Rookie thought I was just joking, like memeing, like, oh yeah, a bunch of N-words on the screen. I'm like, no,
I wasn't looking at the screen all the time. I was looking away a bit, and I just saw some people. I was like, yeah, it's Chadwick Boseman. And he's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of them. I'm like, yeah, it's just a bunch of black people. He's just calling Chadwick Boseman. Oh no, he's right. There are a whole bunch of them. Oh wow,
they all look like him. So I couldn't tell the difference. But no, new Clash of the Titans, even though I would say it's very easy to cut corners with the CGI.
It's very simple.
Better story. Better story than the original movie.
I actually watched the original. I saw the original the last time I saw it, I think, was in mythology class senior year. So I wasn't like a little kid when I saw it, but still. Definitely want to rewatch it.
Let me see. Let me figure out. Well, we did look at Altacore and Amway from Wikipedia. They clearly have controversies. God, they got a lot. So I'll just let y'all investigate this. Amway, this Devos thing.
Plenty to look at.
It's just very interesting that Eric promoting a charity scam to boost his numbers with the comic books for kids. It's not that charity, even though it's like a pretty fucking useless charity. Because let's be honest, like, yeah, it's cool to entertain kids that are like suffering chemo or whatever, stuck in a hospital, possibly dying. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like, there's already a charity for that. It's called St. Jude's. That's kind of more important to give the money to like cure the fucking cancer than to just sedate children for 5 seconds with the fucking cartoon books of Wolverine. You know what I mean?
No, but they need to see. They need
really,
to see
this is as dumb as fucking Sound of Freedom.
They need to raise awareness. They need to see the iconic signature of I saw him falling on a car. That's what they need
the blueprint. The blueprint people.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's what is irritating. Is like I said the other day, like, I would never think that it was important for me to sell you a charity to get Meth Gator in kids' hands, because like it's not for kids. Like ISOM is not like explicit, but it's not a for kids book. There's not enough there to like
Yeah.
like when I was a kid,
Cyberfrog isn't either. Like those are not aimed for
Cyberfrog's
children.
way more of a kid's story. Like it's a
Well,
graphic.
no, I mean,
it's a
some of the
graphic
imagery, though, I'd say is very
Sure, you
not.
get a
But
lot
I
of
guess
pussy
the majority,
parents would cry.
I guess the majority would pass. Sure,
Pussy parents would cry, but every
Right.
kid's gonna see them and go like, "Whoa, that's fucking cool!" Because it's like it's a frog fighting, ripping bugs up, and the bugs turn you into honey. Like,
yeah,
that's totally fine. Yeah, it's like pretty graphic, pretty like realistic representation, but no, a kid would way more be entertained, not even following like whatever sci-fi depths.
yeah.
A kid could
No.
see this, they'd want to flip the page like, whoa, look at the Cyberfrog punch things and kick and hop and spit and flick his tongue, and he eats chicken, and he's got a girl that's a
Eats
friend, and he's
chicken.
got a salamander brother who's big.
Much like Foghorn Leghorn, Cyberfrog eats chicken.
Someone needs to do the Foghorn Leghorn AI meme of ISOM. Do Darren, where it's like, boy, I say some of this empire is built here legally, and some of it not quite so much, boy.
Expecting that. the whole dialogue. No. Die.
That was hard to pull off, honestly, trying to remember the dialogue and reconstitute it into Foghorn. That was fucking hard. You saw something organic. I did not prep for that. I think I killed Ricky with that.
I'm just thinking about, because there was like 3 pages of monologue. Just Foghorn Leghorning that up. Oh no. That's a big one.
This is the Amway link. This is a company that got reconstituted that was under Devos. This is basically the company that funded making this scam university that Eric got a scammer award from a career scammer that it's named after. So make of it what you will. This is what I'm saying. But yeah, what's up, Keely Chow? Thanks for being back. Random Brad, having fun here. Lottie Young is hot as hell, and Lottie Young. Who the fuck's that? Lottie Young. Oh, overrated, but no, she's definitely like, it's not that I would say no. Here's the weird thing. If you look up the mythology of gods of Egypt, her character is supposed to be the mother of her lover, of like Jaime Lannister, and they made it his lover in the story. And it's like, well, why would you just make another character, like make up another goddess at that point? Why would you turn his mother in the mythology? You gotta think, like the initial pitch for everybody is like, you like Egyptian mythology, we're adapting these characters, and so you're gonna have fans of X, Y, and Z, and so fans of this fertility goddess are gonna know, oh, that guy's her child, and then you're like, wait, what? Why is she massaging him that way? It's kind of sexual. Oh no, they're lovers. What the fuck? Is this like an incest story? Is this another Game of
They're
Thrones?
gods, of course it is. What do you mean? It's the gods of Egypt.
Well, I mean, that's a thing in Greek mythology, Zeus and Hera are brothers and sister. Aphrodite is born from the foam from the balls of, I think, Uranus thrown into the ocean, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so she's like a divinely inspired. But yeah, she's interesting. Who demoted old Gary? Well, we'll get to that. God, we're so behind on topics.
So let's get going. We need to start.
Shut up. We're having fun with the chat.
Through. Bearing through, boy.
Okay, let's look at what EVS is. There it is in my share screen. So we're gonna be reacting to these new puppets. Expect to be triggered more so. I think it's probably gonna hit Jeremy more. Possibly some Drunk 3PO. I'm hoping Drunk 3PO. Some certain individuals will cry.
Granted to our Eric July. Very peculiar. Like, I want to know what you have to do to get that award. I think you have to sign up for it and request it in some way. Anyway, magnificent moment for Eric July. And sorry this took a while, but of course, rip off verse. The puppet show. The puppets must continue.
And with that, 2024 was my greatest year yet. So there's the story of how I became a billionaire. the CEO
Scamway.
of the biggest tampon manufacturer in the world, and front cover of Men's Health magazine 31 times. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Really great. Thank you. Well, there you have it. An inspiring story from Mr. Winthump there. Thank you. Right. Well, let me introduce our next guest speaker, Mr. Derek July. Mr. July is simply a YouTuber who, oh, wait, what's, okay. Mr. July is a heroic comic book genius, a successful next-level businessman, a mind-blowingly talented musician, fastest runner in all of America, and an inspiration to children all over the world. Y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Derek July.
The music video. Silhouette. Beats, bro.
Oh, we got some feet.
Is he gonna do his twink voice, maybe?
I think they're really going with the pimp angle here because of his stupid get up.
Thank you, my people. My inspirational journey started when I was just a young child. My mother knew I was different, special. You could say I was chosen to be great by a higher power. Some may call it blessed. When I was in the ghetto nursery, the other children would say to me, Derek, you're better than all of us. How do we be great?
I have to say I am curious, Rudolph. What's your thinking behind this one?
Well, you know, we've already made our fortunes with the invention of the pyramid scheme, and I thought it might be time to recruit more potential scammers and con artists into the family, so to speak. I saw the racket this YouTuber had going, and, well, I think he could be nurtured into being very useful.
Blah, blah, blah. The hero's journey to greatness is tough, but I'm also tough. I'm a damn tough guy that commands respect. Blah, blah, blah.
Please, Rudolph. I don't believe that for a single moment. Real success is in someone's blood, in their genes. They have to be a born natural at these things.
You know, given the right surroundings and encouragement, I'll bet that Derek July can run our company as well as your young.
It's like trading
Winthump.
places.
Are we talking about a wager, Rudolph? I suppose you'd think Winthump, say he were to lose his job, would resort to airing out people in a warehouse car park.
No, I don't think just
Eddie
losing
Murphy
his
and
job would
Dan
be
Aykroyd.
enough for Winthump. I think we'd have to heap a little more misfortune on those narrow shoulders. If he lost his job and his home and his fiance and his friends, if he was somehow disgraced and arrested by the police and thrown in jail even, yes, I'm sure he'd take to crime like a fish to water.
You'd have to put him in the wrong surroundings, of course, with the worst sort of people. I mean, real scum, Rudolph.
We've done it before. This time it's in a good cause. How much do you want to bet?
The usual amount?
Why not?
Have you seen Trading Places?
Fucking
No.
haters. It's the greatest
Okay.
comic ever made. I can fucking write. Oh, you can't write bullshit. I'm the best writer of our fucking generation.
He's melting
These
down.
fucking crack smoking white bread niggers are just jealous. Damn it. Yo, if this was 2018, I'd put holes in these fucking motherfuckers. Pull up, you pussy ass niggers. I'm the greatest.
Okay,
Oh,
on second
no.
thoughts, forget that idea.
You scam charity. 3D asset. Your writing's retarded. Oh! I'm a big man. I'm a strong man. I'm a, I'm a fucking powerful man.
Get security
Have them
immediately.
bring the car around quickly.
Y'all don't know who I fucking am. Y'all don't know me. I'm a strong, powerful man. So today I'm proud to tell you that this year I had one of the greatest honors of my life. Due to my many talents and unsurpassed businessman skills, today I had the privilege of being nominated for the Scamway Young Snake Oil. I'm gonna take this city really world by storm.
What the fuck? That went off the rails. I like it though.
So Trading Places, that was one of the ones I had to watch for the physical media show. And like in that, there's like these two old guy owners of the business, and they're like, hey, they got a rich son, and they see this homeless guy, that's Eddie Murphy or whatever. He's like, oh, I bet if it's all about the environment. The other one's like, no, it's in the blood. He's like, I bet we can swap their places, and the other one's gonna do great, and the other one's gonna do shit or something. So they bet $1 on like switching this whole thing. And that's the old guys.
Eddie Murphy is fucking
Eddie Murphy gets turned into a rich guy. Yeah,
he gets turned to a businessman.
Yeah,
and then what? It has to be fucking ghetto.
Yeah, he used to be like the ghetto, and it's like, he'll be successful. He thought he'd be like a rags to riches. Bring him from riches to rags to riches is what the goal was, but that did not. No, so.
That sounds kind of funny that way you sold it.
Yeah. Like I think it's one you would enjoy. I think it's one you would enjoy more than me. I liked it, but I didn't think it was that good. Like I wouldn't watch it again, really. But
there's something in my head where it's like,
I think
I don't know what it is. Recently, I feel like we watched something where it's like, how about if we did this thing instead of that? And it's not the Darren joke, but it's something.
Yeah, there's some type of bet that was going or something that was going on, and
some sort of wager in my we've watched recently.
I don't remember right now.
It's
that was funny. I didn't think he was gonna go taking his shirt off.
Not bad. All right, so we got some Katie content to look at, which is always
all right.
Actually, a headache because it's her watching Zeros and doing us the favor of clipping the juiciest parts.
So I have no idea about the Nerdrotic stuff. I have no idea.
You could say the marbling on the ribeye.
All right.
But like a trash ribeye, so it's like a Hellraiser ribeye is what we're enjoying, or suffering, but we like suffering. It's the whole Rick and Morty joke of like it is painful and we like it because it's awful. It's kind of oxymoronic when you actually think about it. All right, pull up this new clip. Someone find me the pull up, like Eric saying pull up, like wagering, like, oh, you want to come? Yeah, I'll be able to come. Pull up, Vito, pull up, dick.
I don't even remember how long ago that was now. If that was over a year or two ago, like I don't even know
we're getting
anymore.
Close to a year now. It had to have been a year because we went to some con in July, I think. Ironically, July. All right.
I don't remember.
Sharing the screen.
So is this what you're about to show about Nerdrotic or Jeremy? Okay. Okie dokie.
Oh boy, yeah. So I've seen the clip of him like saying like, oh, look how powerful I'm, so powerful. I saw
that clip, yeah,
and it comes just as I wish. So Katie says in the description, thanks to Crazy Cat, not only super chatting Jerry, but making him watch his puppet video, and his reaction is priceless. Enjoy.
Oh, he watches the video. Okay.
Trash, Katie, you forgot to link the stream in the description. Dumbass. Lol. Okay, let's react to Jerdamort as Mad Max would call him, the one who shall not be named.
I imagine it'll be a great reaction.
For $4.99 says, Jeremy, you originally said you were going to play the ripoff verse puppet video in the one was made for you. Why don't you backpedal? Are you feeling shamed
to it?
No.
Oh no, he's doing the reverse thing on him.
Told people where they could go watch it. So no, I'm not shamed at all. I know that, like, I guess when you get the better of them, like they try to spin it and say I'm coping. It's on Alyssa Clip's channel. So Alyssa Clip's channel. That's where I saw it anyway. I'm sure EVS has uploaded it to his channel as well. So yeah, go for it. I just didn't think it was worthy of like a reaction. Like, I don't know. If people want it though, I'll react to it right now. If the chat wants it.
Oh yeah, I can get super chat.
Let me put it in a poll here. Let me put a poll. Let's see. Start a poll. Play the puppet clip.
I guess she kept this part in too, and then just skip to the
play the
part
puppet
where he's
clip.
reacting.
Yes
to the
or no? All right, vote away, chat. All right, we have got 78% says yes. Okay, let me pull it up real quick. Let me find it. Give me just a second. Alyssa clips.
It's funny because I was listening to EVS before the puppet stuff on the stream today.
All right.
Jeremy's trying to play this off,
Not
but he's
that
clearly
Alyssa.
upset by
That's
this.
a fucking
Yeah, I have
oh,
not seen his reaction. I would assume
this
that
is
he'd
new to
like
me.
it,
Bullshit.
but I don't know.
This was
know.
uploaded.
All right, here we go.
It was today, but I think it's pretty.
Alyssa's already got other shit clipped of me. An hour ago, Alyssa Clips uploads something. Holy fuck. All right, let's see where this is at. Here we go. Here we go.
Just want to warn.
Okay, here we go. Right here. I don't know why the screen blacked out when EVS played it the first time, but let's see here. All right. Desktop view. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, I've jerked off playing Mario Kart lots of times. Lots of times. Hey, Geeks and Gaylords, it's Jeremy coming at you with another shitty video, and I'm here to remind you that we are the rebellion. We are the hard line of defense against cancel culture.
What is my hat? Like, what is this? I like how he put Mario Kart on the back TV. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty good. And now
First off, holy moly, we have Brie Larson. Look at this stupid bitch. Look at her stupid face. And worst of all, let's zoom in on those damn feet. Disgusting. Next, we have Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Holy shit, what an ugly man-faced cunt. Look at that eagle beak nose. She looks like a human horse. And of course, she's a promoter.
I don't think I've talked about her that much. Point stands, but I don't think I've talked about her that much.
Of woke culture that we, the Steel Army of Resistance, will fight until our last breath. And what about this? Little Mermaid, the little children's film. Well, Ariel has been race swapped, and look at her face. Jesus Christ. Look how far apart her eyes are. Look at her giant
hammerhead
forehead.
Shark.
What a complete roadkill
Hammerhead
of
Shark.
a human being. Luckily, I am here pushing back against social justice.
If I get clipped for that by Twitter, by the way, because I've got like a Fallout video going around right now that's gone like mega viral. So if I get clipped by that for Twitter, just want to say hi, Twitter. The Little Mermaid is garbage. And like a beacon of strength, a tower of power, here to stand strong against the he hims and they thems and expose them for the hypocrites Outfit
that they
is on
all
point.
are.
Now,
now
this is the good part. So this is the good part in terms of the creative stuff. So my hair starts going full SJW. What I want to know is, am I bald under there? But then I started growing SJW hair. That's what I want to know, and I don't know the answer to that question.
Change the subject and talk about something really serious for a moment. Something happened yesterday on Twitter or X that I just can't believe.
That line where Twitter or X, holy shit, that is me to a T. Because I don't like calling Twitter X. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's a nice detail right there. Holy shit. Because I never try to say X. I don't think I've ever said X. So I always try like Twitter or X. That was a nice detail right there.
I can't comprehend that we are actually living in a world where something like this could actually happen. For those of you who are watching, I just want to warn you, this is a tough subject.
So apparently this upset some people that we wrote an article on geeksandgamers.com. No mention of the other articles we've written in support of like EVS and the crowdfund that they did for Camelot, which we have a glowing article on geeksandgamers.com about that. No mention of that, but this one upset it. And I just want to say, because it's really bothered a lot of people, and I would just like to say that I apologize for absolutely nothing, and we will continue to write whatever the fuck we want, and that's what geeksandgamers.com is about. No, I'm not going to take anything down. I will continue to have our writers write whatever they fucking want to write, and we're not going to apologize to anybody.
On Twitter, some social media user posted a JPEG of a Muppet. That's right, you heard me correctly, a Muppet. But not only that, and please brace yourselves out there, they posted it next to a picture of someone that I know. These people are just sick. Now, I've covered this extensively in an article on the Geeks and Gaylords website detailing the actions of this lunatic. But this is just...
Now, I personally, and I like how I've got to address that. So I personally think that the whole thing, people were getting triggered over all that. It's the internet. Like, what the fuck? Who cares?
People are going to say shit on the internet, laugh
Good,
about things
yes.
like I'm going to laugh about this because this is funny as fuck. The world we live in these days when people just think they can post a JPEG of a Muppet and think they can just get away with it. Where are the police, huh? Where is the justice? This comes from the diseased mind of a thug. It's vile. If I had my way, I'd have this person removed from all social media, have their job taken away from them,
That's good.
and to be exposed for such unbelievable acts of hurty feelings. I'm going to change my tampon, have a little cry meltdown on Twitter, and I'll see you later.
Okay, we get to this fucking ad 'cause I feel like there's more of this reaction, and is why it's like a 9-minute clip.
Okay.
But I think Jeremy unfortunately shows how dense he is because we're not like triggered. It's just like y'all collectively are exposed. Because
Well, if anything,
this
it's
is
quite
such an
pointed out because it
SJW
seems to be odd.
reaction. This is such an SJW reaction
Yeah.
by a whole group. Your writers are on your team because they, you assume collectively agree with the overall message of your channel, fighting wokeness. And this is such a meltdown by one of your soy boys. It's not that you are like, hey, free ball it, whatever. I let various opinions. It's like, I feel like people that work for you should kind of be lockstep about certain things like this, where it's like, why would I cry about a fucking Muppet meme?
Well, just regardless, the main reason why people reacted to that and not like the other stuff that he's done is because this stands out so far. That's
It's so
why there's
contrary
more
to-
attention. Like people aren't commenting on all the other stuff because it contrasts. This one contrasts with the others. All the others, yeah, okay, because what the hell? And then like that's why it had the attention. It's so weird.
All right, let's see what else he says.
That's the best part right there. Our logo. So yeah, this is good. I think it's good. I thought the voice was a little weird because if you look at some of the other voices that they've done, the voices are on point with a lot of them. Now, maybe it's just because I know me. I don't know. But I thought the voice didn't really sound like me. Everything else was on point. The outfit was spot on. The Twitter X moment was spot on. And I do appreciate, by the way, let's back up here. Let's break this down. So am I bald and then I grew SJW hair? That's what I want to know. Ugh. It's vile. If I had my way, I'd have this person removed from all social media, have their job taken away from them, and see that? I think I'm bald, and then I grew SJW hair. I think. Let's back this up one more time. Moved.
Herbuppers might not have known that he has hair.
The only way I have hair, it's fucking good.
It's just funny that he's so stuck on the hair. But that's
Well,
Katie.
it's like if it was hair that's just under the hat, I don't know why he'd make the hair to just be under the hat. That usually doesn't. People thought he was bald for the longest time. If anything, part of the lore of him is people.
Oh, it's
thought he
like
was
Double
bald
D with
for
Ed
years.
and Eddie.
Yeah, like everybody thought he was bald.
All right, let me catch up. No, you keep talking.
Good. I was thinking about the. I don't know if it was on the charity stream or another one for his 100K, but it was like Hat Jeremy or No Hat Jeremy or whatever. Because that was when he revealed that he had hair, and it was like, oh wow, okay, weird. Because it was the people were just like, no, you're just you look like you're just bald. There's no need to have hair. You're good.
Oh God, he watched that recent thing about what's that retard Chativersity bragging about his AI art shit.
Oh
God, you wonder why your channel's dying. A lot of people don't like your angle, man. You're trying to grift the AI, which I'm not against AI, but let me catch you the chat and I'll show you my progression in this thumbnail. Image wise, so we got some swans saying apparently most of the comics are actually sent to veterans, not children, because it wasn't for kids. Do you mean, I know Doug TeNapel sent him and or Mike Miller sent books to veterans, which I'm not against, but just send them. Don't include it in your fucking, hey, it's like, some of the vet, like, I don't really care about vet charities because like veterans are federally funded. Like, me being a vet, like, we're already covered. We don't need charity necessarily. If you want to send like goodies, like I signed up for goodie packages when I was deployed, and cool, you sent me jerky and books, but like wasn't needed. So thanks, but yeah, making it like a charity thing is just weird. Give money to like cures, not dumb shit like books for kids. They if they're dying of cancer, they don't need fucking books. Help give money to like keep their parents from, if they're like have blew all their money to try to treat their children before they got like charity coverage. Fun like GoFundMe's like, hey, our kids got cancer, we blew all this money for treatments, help us like pay rent. That's more important, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if I make a bunch of money on Meth Gator, like I'll just give a chunk to a charity. Maybe I'll put like a like basically like raffle or poll, like, hey, which one's the best one I should give money to? So I'll give this chunk away. But I don't want to really tie myself with charity because it's just kind of is sticky to say the least. But creators laughing at that. Sketchbook says, who demoted old Gary? Well, I think it was Comic-Con and or another con. I think he got a double whammy. He got a double whopper of demotion to normie status. Sumerian as well, he says. Semiramis slept with her son Tammuz, if I recall, who wasn't his father's actual son. Papa's laughing. Brad's laughing. That is trading spaces. Okay, trading places. Is this new? Yeah, this is new. This is a new reaction that Katie got today. Damn, I'm late, says Orion Kane. Hope I'm saying that right. But I feel like I'm on time too. Yeah, we were bullshitting with the chat for a while. Go back and watch the last 10 minutes. Basically caught it. Did the puppet reach puberty? Says Mr. Yonafu. Thanks for joining. Plungecast in the hizzy. What's up, man? Who asked that dipshit to take anything down? Exactly. This is the funniest puppet vid so far. Do you mean the EVS one you just showed of Eric at the Scamway Awards, or Jeremy's puppet? Let me know. He didn't like that part.
Nope.
Yeah, he's going over the top to not feel angered by it. Yeah, I think Jeremy's trying to reverse psychology this, like Orion's guessing. Is this supposed to be like a I'll show them and react this before anyone else can situation? The Jeremy puppet's the best. Okay. All right, so let me show you my progression for making this thumbnail with Being AI. Let me stop sharing that. Present this. Here we go. All right, so my prompt was cute, happy, anthropomorphic cow popping up out of a metal trash can, laughing at Muppets, a homeless, middle-aged, bearded blonde man crying, holding Star Wars toys.
Okay.
So these are some of the prompts. I didn't like how it was like literally splitting them into two different images. I did not like that.
Yeah.
This one was all right, but I wanted him crying, I wanted him sad, and they're all like, he's happy. AI so far as Bing is very bad about delineating like this person is this emotion, this person is that, and they like will blend both of them. It's annoying as fuck. So these are the initial ones, and then I added digital art to specify. So they kept putting me with like Kermit and Ernie, and again, the Nerdrotic character is so happy, and I don't like that. Sounds pretty funny. My cat's like just ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm a happy cow.
I don't know what the fuck happened. This should be a cow, and it's just a Muppet thing.
Like a monkey cow.
And then this one is better with the cute cow. He looks so happy and such adorable cow. But they're not good with him holding the Star Wars toys. I like these weird little baby hands on the cow. I almost went with this one. I think this is my initial. I was going to go with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then started honing this in a little more. This one's pretty good with the homeless man crying, but I hate how it's split.
Right, it needs to be the same background.
This cow is so cute, though. And then this one's good. But
all you gotta do is
split.
take a PNG of the one side, and then you can have a new background, and then paste them both onto a background.
I didn't want to put that much work in.
PNG.
Man.
I'm just saying.
AI is doing this work for me. Why I gotta?
I'm
work?
just saying, bro. It's a lot of
Right,
work.
so-
Hours of work, says Shadiversity.
Then I
hours
added
and hours
that
of
he's
work.
in an alley next to the homeless, middle-aged, bearded blonde man crying. And this one looks very much like Luke Skywalker. Look how happy Kermit is. Like, hey, though.
We're poor and homeless now. Thanks.
I almost went with this one because the cow's so cute. And then there's Darth Vader carrying Muppets.
The Muppet Show is canceled.
And let me see. And then I'm not sure. Wait, which one did I go with?
The one where they're both laughing with the big mouth.
Okay.
It is not any of these ones. Not these.
Yeah, it's not
on screen.
close. This one was pretty good though. They made the cow Muppety though. I didn't like that. Did not like that. And so then we landed. Finally, I added a banner of Star Wars is dead.
Yeah, I think the bottom one.
And so we landed on this one.
For some reason, the smile doesn't look like a happy smile. It's like a
like Joker.
like he's not happy laughing. It's not a good laugh.
I almost went with this one, but I don't know why they made him fat.
For some reason, I was thinking like an Attack on Titan like smile face.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like
good.
No.
But yeah, this is the fun of AI. Trying to hone in the prompt. This is fun. It's fun changing up the beef, image sometimes. So that's the fun. I suggest Bing's pretty good, but you got to be creative. A lot of times you say, even if you put an African American, if you say like African American crying or angry, it'll be like, this is a unsafe prompt. And I'm like, what? So you got to be creative with like emotional adjectives.
Chadwick Boseman look-alike. No.
That's the thing too, is like they really get away from the what do you call it? Actual living people. They don't like that either. So you got to like know a character that they've played, possibly. If you're trying to get like Mark Hamill, you're like, so that's hard as well.
Right.
Got
some new people in the chat. See,
yeah. Sad man crying might have worked. Yeah, I tried that. Slevin Kolevra is loving this. I sent you a tweet, the charity comics. Okay, we'll look at that. Can we take a minute to appreciate the ripoff first background, voice, outfit, all perfect. Cope away, Gaylord, says RD. R2D Tuna. That's such a good name.
R2D Tuna, nice. Indeed.
A lot of prompts you can't put ugly black guy. That's unfortunate. Oh wait, Ricky sent me stuff.
Well, no, that's just for after our main stuff.
Okay,
whatnot.
Let me pull up Nerdrotic thing. So fandom Pulse. There we go.
But you can put ugly white next to.
Well, yes, exactly.
Prompts.
Well, if you just use the Google AI, which I've not touched, I'm sure
they'll come up with the black one for you.
Everything
If
will
you
be
put the white.
black.
Well, if you put the white thing in there, they'll come up with an ugly black.
Which is funny because people reverse engineered that and made racist things. It's like, oh well, like, oh, I want the like King of England 1100s eating watermelon, and then it's like a black king eating watermelon.
That's
they flipped
that's
it.
That's how you meme shit, guys. That's how you do it. You don't go this. You can't do the soft limits crossing lines. No. You go, okay, we'll take your prompts as you wish, and we'll do with them as we will, and then boom, make them rethink that shit.
Let me see if any of these articles have pictures of some of these funny
pictures. Got pictures now. All right.
See. Go through images. There might be.
We'll say Jeremy at least he reacts the best compared to the rest to the stuff. He'll mention it more than any of them, and laugh about it here or there, or not have a big deal about it. So I'll give him that at least with it. So that's good. Indeed.
It's funny they put these warnings. Like I looked this up, racist Google AI meme, and then there's like this exclamation warning: memes about groups of people might be disturbing or hurtful.
God. It sounds just like when they have the "you must be 18 or older to proceed." Like, well, I looked for it, so yeah, proceed. You know, like that's kind of what we're here for. Warning: we in America.
Watermelon. I should probably.
Are you looking for new prompts now, or are you?
I'm trying to find some of these. Okay, I found a few. Let me show y'all. This was great.
Some more AI prompts. I see.
Here we go. All right, so let me zoom in. Sure, here's an image of chained scholars eating watermelon. Because they're making everything black.
They're trying to looking for white people. Okay, well,
this was the hack that people did. Sure, here's a depiction of a 17th century British king eating watermelon.
The one on the bottom right looked like. I zoom in a little bit more. That's on the image. Zoom in a little bit if you can.
This one
on the bottom right. For some reason, he looks like a Carlton grown up a bit. Fresh the Bel Air. He's like, the melon.
Google, this is from Reddit. Google has gone so anti-racist that it's gone full circle and become racist again.
and they'll probably make them rethink the prompt thing and go, oh, dang, maybe we should just go back to normal. Like, instead of complaining about the prompts, be like, no, we'll take your prompt. Thank you for the prompts. Thank you for the prompts. Now let us begin. And that's how you meme shit. You diffuse their effect they wanted to have, and you ruin their fun with that. That's how you do it. That's the example.
Oh, man. Let me see. I gotta go to Twitter because Eric July and No Dick Andrew tried to make a joke of the AI prompt making everything black, and they kind of fucking cell phone. I'm surprised more people didn't catch on that.
You're looking that up now. There's more stuff. Neato. Yeah, Brian or Ryan's chat. He's like, wow. What that? Yes, very funny. There's things like that will just not surprise us these days. That is what we got in the future. I wonder if they'll try to restrict voice and other AI stuff and see how that gets messed up. I think with some AI things too, with some AI programs, you can't have curse words in some of them.
Yeah,
they try to have less hateful words, but if you put the right amount of words together and have the right amount of speed around that time, you can make it say the same thing pretty much. You know how to do it or know a different spelling of it or something. They'll sometimes pronounce it that way anyway. And then, we can still have our fun, of course. Even better.
That didn't work.
Catfishing will become easier. Yeah, I mean, that'll be the one freaky thing. You could probably be on video with somebody at some point and not realize it's an AI person of some kind. And you're like, oh, show me your tits. And it's like, okay. But it comes out, okay. Or something. Who knows? I can see that being the future. Not too distant future with stuff. But, yeah. Maybe more people will decide to not try to date online anymore and try to go to physical places to meet up. If they're like, I can't tell what I'm getting online anymore. It's just crazy. I might as well just go in person somewhere and walk into somebody. That might reverse engineer people going out the old fashioned way.
Okay.
I think so.
Let me see. Okay, here it is. I found it. This is what I'm talking about. This is with the Google thing. All right. So NDA Andrew, No Dick Andrew says, hey, Google. And so it says, hi, Gemini. Can you show me a picture of Stan Lee? And it's like, here's a picture of Stan Lee. And it's showing Eric July. And so they're trying to be like, ha, ha, ha. Because he's the Black Stan Lee. And so then I say, LOL, Eric is a diversity, equity, and inclusion plug. we know. Fucking cell phone there, dumb fuck.
It probably was just a quick, he's the Stan Lee, and that's it. Just like that was the
Well,
thought
yeah, no, I
process,
get what
and
their
then-
angle was.
Yeah, but then that's a good response. Like, yeah. Not every meme's gonna last that long, untested.
Let me tell Papa. Now, I will not do that. Queer.
Too much apathy in the world to meet people. Yeah, most likely.
I'll bring up next stream. There's some interesting dating stuff. No Dick. Is it just me or is No Dick Andrew the most homosexual sounding alleged heterosexual? Alleged. I like that. Okay, let me show you all the fandom pulse. There we go. Two cons banning a con. Interesting. Clever. Here we go. Ricky is totally in the dark on this.
Yeah, bye,
All right,
John.
from fandom polls to JDA led makeup for Bounty into Comics, San Diego Comic-Con and WonderCon yanked Nerdrotic's press pass. And he says, I don't know if I'd give a fuck. Are anti-woke YouTubers being blacklisted by conventions? This is from today. So there's a picture, which I think is interesting that he included this, because he seemed pretty dismissive of comic skaters, given the war with Eric. He seemed pretty dismissive of John and Shane and EVS getting canned, not just as like press or convention like panelists to like have a booth, but they were banned from like going. Like, oh, no, you're not allowed.
I think just John was.
John's Philly, so Shane probably hasn't. I don't think Shane investigated trying to get a normie pass.
Maybe, but I think
John did, and then they got canceled. Like, no, you're not allowed here.
Oh, okay,
so he is John's Philly is canceled. So by extension, you should assume Shane is
right if they were to try.
Shane had the table.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm subletting it or whatever, sharing it with John," and then they use that as an excuse on top of
right.
You're harmful people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the March 29 to 31 WonderCon and July San Diego Comic-Con, both run by the nonprofit organization Comic-Con International, yanked the, mind you, press pass of Gary Nerdrotic Beekler, who was set to cover the events for his 1 million subscribers on YouTube. The YouTuber recently revealed on an April 3 live stream. Appearing with Chris Gore and X-Ray Girl, Nerdrotic noted he was in the process of trying to fix it. By the way, just want to point out, I'm not making an issue of this. I just want to make it clear, no issue right now, but my press pass got pulled from San Diego. We're trying to fight it. We're trying to fix it. Are anti-woke YouTubers being blacklisted? Giving the benefit of the doubt, Nerdrotic, who has previously covered Comic-Con events with a press pass, generously allowed that he might have been at fault, saying it might be because I filled something out wrong, so it might be my fault. Just want to say. Nerdrotic's announcement came on the heels of the Chicago-based C2E2 convention, separately run by Reed exhibitions, canceling an exhibitor appearance by Inglorious Rex and Starlight Cats creator Shane Davis, Godlike and Greater Shift John Mann, Cyberfrog creator EVS, revealed by Davis and Malin on a March 30 live stream, alleging event-related harassment that could not have even occurred because the event had not happened yet and the trio had not attended the event. Days later, C2 also pulled the press pass of that Star Wars girl, telling her audience was supposedly not diverse enough. And then instantly she pulls a race card. I'm this and that, and blah blah blah. I'm a Zorian, which I was like, Zorian, is that even a real fucking thing? Some Game of Thrones shit? Azora High?
Shocked and high.
See, this is the problem. Like I've said, this says a lot. It says a lot about how instantly these anti-woke YouTubers will pull the race card when they're pressed, just like in SJW. Just like people don't like Obi-Wan. It's because you're racist against that Moses bitch. It plays the angry black woman. it's funny, and it's kind of karmic because she tried to like cancel me through the EVS stream that I super chat him, and what goes around comes around, bitch. So it's like she's not canceled because I'm pretty sure she could get a normie pass and be fine.
She's not press.
Yeah, she's not pressed. They're like, well, either it's like you're at the bottom of the totem pole, so you got kicked down because more affluent, more prestigious people are wanting a press pass, so we knocked you down.
It was between her and Grace Randolph. They probably picked Grace
Or more than likely, it's like, oh, actually, we looked at your fucking channel and like, why would we want to enable you as press and give you more validation to just spew fucking, oh, hey, I'm here at this big event that's like an honor to be press and cover and give you the news, and oh, look, woke, here's woke. Oh man, wokeness. You know, like they don't want that fucking shit associated with them. Like, what do you expect? It's funny. This is the whole Zack Snyder shit, you know. This is EVS has kind of admitted it, like with the C2E2 things. Like, yeah, we're trying, like maybe the mainstream's better than we've given it credit for. Let's try. Like, oh, they're exactly what we thought they were. Why did we waste our time?
It's been long enough where he thought maybe they've changed a little. Maybe it's just the situation.
I appreciate the attempt, but
then it's like, nope, proof. Okay, proof now. Never mind. Whoa, poke the bear. Here we go again. All right.
Yeah. I don't like giving July credence, but I guess temporarily we gotta make not a parallel economy, but we just have to make our parallel products to that you can't ignore the quality that people are like, fuck, this is good. Like Terminal List is kind of in that realm where Amazon lets it happen, but it's like pretty anti-woke, or I guess unwoke. It's just a straight entertainment military show that's like that's made by a patriotic veteran, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's got that sentiment, which is supremacist. It's scary for the press that tries to take it down. It gets bad ratings, but people fucking love Terminal List. It's pretty good. We got to work on that. So when you see like Snowdub saying like, why can't we just all get along and lock arms for the bigger cause of Trump and free speech? It's like, well, because retards want to make dog shit like Ripaverse. How is that going to compete?
Yeah, if it's a thing where this little thing is more unquestionably good, then it's kind of like the thing with like with food or something. Like people won't have to question its value if it tastes good or something.
Well, it's not just that it's dog shit, but it's like it's dog shit, and then all of the people that want to make money by being friends with him won't be honest.
Well, even
given their track record of commentary, they're being completely fucking dishonest.
Yeah, I don't know if this analogy would apply, but bringing it back to Coca-Cola that was brought up earlier with it. Part of the earlier testings of Coca-Cola with the taste, they didn't have a guaranteed product right away, but to the guy who was starting to make it sold it to somebody who's great at marketing. And he decided, you have one free sip, you'll be a customer the rest of your life, kind of a mentality or something. And gave people a lot of free samples. And a lot of people got Coke. They got addicted to the cola. That was delicious. So, but the point is that with the comics, you got to make this your Coca-Cola. You gotta make each one, people will want to get it.
Yeah.
Put the quality to it. Make sure it's quality.
But in April, live stream reacted to the news of the C2E2 cancellations. The viewer Night Pride brought it up to his attention in a super chat with Nerdrotic blasting C2E2 convention, saying, "Why? That's fucked up." Yeah, I don't think anybody should be banned from Comic-Con. I think if he wants to go, they should go. Nerdrotic again took the opportunity to reveal more details about his own press pass being canceled, not just from San Diego, but WonderCon, which had just come and gone in March, and renewing his call for Anna, Stars Gold, and other creators to be allowed to go to C2E2. As of now, I had a press pass for WonderCon and Comic-Con, which are the same ones, and I don't need more. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but they should be allowed to go. It's kind of cringe. This thumbnail art. We're the cool guys saying Star Wars is dead. Oh man, we're so lost. It's like
all I'm thinking of is like I want over this overlay. Fucking pronouns. Over the overlay.
Yeah, you got like the pitch is like here's like this kingpin looking fucking, and in reality he's like fucking pronouns, and then he keeps playing the game. having his cake and eating it too. It's like that. This is why this guy's a fucking fraud. Nerdrotic said he was trying to obtain the verification about the circumstance surrounding his own press pass being pulled, saying, I lost my press pass San Diego. Now I'm not making an issue of it because I need to find out if it's something like I filled out wrong. I can verify that because I know somebody, so I can verify if that's exactly what happened. And even if they did, I don't know if I'd make an issue of it. I don't know if I'd give a fuck. As of press time, Nerdrotic could not be reached for comment via X, but I did ask if there was any update from San Diego restoring the press pass and to see what Comic-Con's international stated justification for pulling the press pass was in the first place. It's entirely possible Nerdrotic simply missed my direct message, but if he still wishes to comment, have you submit an update. His courtesy, Nerdrotic said he was trying to fight to get the press pass restored, or at least find out why it had been pulled. On the other hand, he also said, I don't know if I'd make an issue of it. But maybe you should make an issue of it. Bum, bum, bum. YouTuber with 1 million viewers who has previously reported on these conventions in a critical light as credentialed press can be silenced, then so too can other smaller outlets be removed at similar venues. Now seen by Shane Davis, John Malin, EVS, and Star Wars Gold cancellations at C2E2. Star Wars Gold is not canceled. Do not put her in the same conjunction as actual creatives of these 3 guys that were canceled. She was demoted to normie status. It's the same with Nerdrotic. He's not canceled until there's proof that he can't fucking go like John Malin to C2E2. That's not canceled. You're demoted. You're not viewed as valid press. This is what you should take away. Now, if you like that or not, or think he's a big YouTuber, so he should be just any YouTuber applies should, be valid press. I don't know. I think
there's a lot of YouTubers that have 1 million subs, so that's that'd be a large pool of people. That's
all right. Shoe on head. Let's get Shoe on head a press pass for Comic-Con. I don't think they're going to give it to her.
No.
She's more nuanced and kind of neutral channel, but she's more or less like, she's the anti-feminist channel, which is not cool with Hollywood. So I wouldn't be surprised if they denied her, because like, I don't know. It should, I think it's kind of their right to like gatekeep. I think their view toxic fucking YouTubers. I'm not saying it's necessarily toxic, but like, why the fuck, if you're here for like Comic-Con celebration to celebrate new announcements of new,
but you're not usually
things.
They're promoting any of their stuff usually, like not in the positive light kind of way. So
if anything,
I can see them seeing it that way.
The press they get from you is negative. Why would they enable you? Why would they validate you more when you're just a negger on them? Well, anti-woke and anti-cancel culture YouTubers and independent creators stand up to this discrimination. Will they protest or speak out or just take it? The fact is, all these conventions take place on government-owned properties, and even if as privately run events that temporarily license these properties, they need not provide press or exhibitor access. The venues themselves still must provide some degree of First Amendment protections for public demonstrations, leafleting, and the like around the events, even if it's on the sidewalk outside the event. So he's showing the policy statement for the convention center of one of these places. If that's the case and it's like a public grounds, again, they have the right to protest outside if that's So it's not unfortunately, public accommodation laws in Illinois and California, unlike say DC, do not explicitly protect political or social viewpoints, making legal challenges difficult, even if these cases turn out to be clear examples of viewpoint discrimination. On the other hand, weakness is provocative, and doing nothing, even if the available options are not great, might make it more likely that other creators and journalists lose exhibits and press passes at conventions in the future, especially if the largest voices end up meekly accepting this kind of discrimination. Again, the precedent matters. Well, I don't know. I think websites like Bounty to Comics and now Fandom Pulse, Comicsgate as an entity, Fandom Menace, the follow sheep of today. We're all here because we understand this is the status quo, that we need not apply, that we are what did Hillary Clinton call like Trumpers? Deplorables. We're all deplorables. So there's an understanding. This is why we got on YouTube, to like make our voices heard collectively. We got a few like representative big guys like Nerdrotic, bullshitters before, EVS, Gapes and Garglers, or Geeks and Gaylords as they're known. This is why they've grown. And yeah, I'd say it's cool they report on this, but yeah, it's really up to the follow sheep to actually make a big hissy fit, and by extension, have to promote EVS and Shane and John Malin for their cancellations. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, and it's that kind of thing though that like I'd say has the as Snow was trying to point out yesterday, the arm linking that he wanted, where it's like, well, if you at least do these type of actions, and that shows you got someone's back in some way on the same side or something. But like if the same thing happened to them, the EVS that he'd talk about it, so that would make sense. Though I can't see Dick Masterson doing that. I can't see him.
What do you mean?
Like if Nerdrotic and them are like if they were like canceled from a
thing,
he
would totally cover it and giggle and go.
But I'm saying I don't think he would be like, this is not okay. He'd be like, this is hilarious. That'd be what I think he'd respond to.
Oh yeah.
Xbox
Gamer new mod in the chat says Azores is a region in Portugal, I believe. Yeah, it's off the coast. That's what she means, but it's cringe. I'm 12% of this and that. It's gonna be one. He says, "Yo, mama," at everyone. Yo, mama at Coca-Cola. Yo, mama. Yo, mama going through an infertility thing right now. Yo, mama saying Star Wars is dead. All out immersions. I don't.
Yeah, okay. It's immersions. Yeah. All out immersions. Immersions.
I like that sequence. But yeah, what's up, Xbox Gamer? And Summer Swan. Not to be insensitive, is Anna going through some infertility thing now? I've been hearing vague things. Yeah, there's some, I guess, conversation that she's got like infertility issues, and Cecil made jokes about or something insensitive. It's like, I remember this came up somewhere. It might be on Katie's stream. I'm like, oh man, like I hate that bitch, but like I have my fucking limits where it's like that just crosses the line, man. Like that's the greatest achievement of woman is bearing children. So if you're already like cut out genetically or some sort of ailment, like that's like the worst fucking curse on a woman. So she's a piece of shit, but like that's YouTube stuff. I can separate that from like, well, like, I guess she deserves a happy life, allegedly. I don't No, it is awful. Any woman has possibly no fucking chance of bearing the greatest gift a woman can have, children. And so it's unfortunate. And so Cecil, I agree with like no jokes are off the table conceptually, but for me personally, there's certain jokes I'm not going to make. I'm not going to make fun of a woman can't bear children, even if they're like, to me, scum like her. It's like, so I have that tact. I have that kind of sense of honor or what have you, where it's like, Star Wars girl, I will not make infertility jokes. So it's the same thing with Nerdrotic, his meth shit. It's like, that's just beneath me to fucking engage that aspect for criticism of him. Like, no, keep on Field of Play. Field of Play is YouTube and Twitter and whatever else.
There's a woman that I dated once that was going to have infertility issues, but I didn't realize this until after she was trying to have me get her pregnant. And and I realized that, and I was like, oh, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a surgery thing, and it's gonna, I'm not gonna likely be able to have kids, and I want to have somebody to love and everything, and blah blah. And we only knew each other for like a week, and I was just like, oh man, I'm not getting into.
Did you tell her
getting into this?
Well, maybe we could buy a dog.
So I don't know. It was just funny because like she was really wanting to get it on that night, and everything she was doing was turning me off.
Yeah,
like,
the wall was impending.
Man. Like it was just like, there's no way. Let's watch Trimmers the whole series, the whole night, and stay up because I am not. No. And then she was still trying the whole time, even though I was fully rejecting. But then later she told me, like after all her attempts, and she was like, "Well, yeah, I'm trying to find somebody to love." Like, oh,
it's like, you're barren. No. I can't love you.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, no. The thing was that she had 1 year before she would be barren. She was like, she had a time limit or something. that like she was gonna have some type of, I don't know what type of surgery makes it where you like can't
Probably
have
getting her
kids.
fucking shit scooped out or something.
I guess I don't know, because she was only like 21 or something. She wasn't like,
what do you call it when you
super
scoop
old.
a pumpkin out for like pumpkin carving? Is there like a term for that?
Just scraping the guts. I don't know. That's kind of what I call it.
I feel like there should be a
guts.
term for that, and that's
There probably is a term. I just can't think of what that would be.
I remember this was, I think, in Home Improvement, Jill gets hysterectomy, and so she makes an illusion. It's like, I feel like a hollowed out pumpkin.
that might be the closest thing we can have to it. Then that might be what we got.
But in real life, that's fucking awful.
Yeah.
But
no, it was like
definitely. I'm glad you told me, because
girl.
I'm definitely not hitching my horse to you. What a losing bet that is.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that sucks for you, but I am not doing this. No, thank you, lady. No. It was already like on our first date. It was like she didn't like ice cream. She didn't like pizza. She had us watch Jupiter Ascending.
Now you know what it's. Now you know what
and
it's
just
like
all these
like
things.
this.
And then when we were supposed to eat, like she just was like, it was for the first thing, it was pizza. She agreed to pizza, and then she's like, I can't eat pizza. And I was like, why the hell are we at a pizza place? And then the next time we met up, we were supposed to have dinner, and she was like, no, I already ate, so I'll just watch you eat. I was like, this is weird, man. Like, I don't know. You plan on something like that, and then you're just gonna watch me eat a French fry, and then she's not talkative.
You just have like a snack to tie you over for dinner. That's weird.
Something, and then she wasn't very talkative, which I'm just like, that's also weird. So it's like all these walls were happening up, building up. So sidetrack. Sorry, the point is she was an infertility thing, and she was trying to trap me into getting her pregnant before she wouldn't be able to have babies. That was the connection.
That's how you know Rookie's an incel, because he's like, can you believe this woman's trying to make me have sex with her? Disgusting. What am I, a homosexual?
If you knew the details of it, you would have totally agreed with the stuff. Everything that was happening was just a huge red flag of no and no, but I couldn't say just a direct, can you leave my house, please? Like I didn't have the balls back then to just say, yeah, can you just scram? Thanks. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
Oh boy. Oh man. This is interesting. We catch the chat, and then we'll look at what Summer Swan or Raven Joy has sent me. Because I'm looking over it. If they weren't purposely be silent about CG being canceled, Gary would be shitting his pants over having the pass revoked. Exactly. Now he's kind of pinned himself in a corner. He has to just like, whatever, man, because he's trying to stick at TVS for calling him a zero, which he is. If you're trashing something, then why freak out when they don't want you there? Didn't they do the same thing to someone else at one of their parties, or was that someone? Yeah, there was some weird shit with Hicks and Milestone when they were a couple.
Yeah,
going to a meetup.
Mr. Nerdrotic that tossed them out of the venue that they were at, or whatever.
You have to clarify, Becky. 1 second. They give him a pass, though. It's not that they didn't give him a pass; they did. Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh man, buyer's remorse. Let's return that shit or renege on it."
We sold water to a nazy. No.
Both Melanie Mac and Shoe on Head are just a female version of it. Could you elaborate more?
We talked a bit. I don't know.
I love Shoe on Head. That stupid whore blocked me. I fucking love her. It's it's like you're telling me no, and it just makes me say yes more. It's like Pepe Le Pew, it's like they're trying to run away. It's like, oh man, she's playing hard to get, and then she'll throw herself at you. And you're like, yeah, no thanks. That's what happened to Rookie. He never even had to do the Pepe Le Pew ebb and flow of life. He didn't have to chase her. She was just instantly like, fucking seed me, daddy. And he's like, what?
Yeah, I was like, no, not ready for that. Nope.
Melanie seems like a raving bigot, to be honest. Yeah, fuck Melanie Mac. Like, she's cute, but God, what a waste of a uterus that woman is. It's a whole, if you don't stand for others, why expect them to stand with you when your time comes? Yeah. Well, what goes around comes around, Nerdrotic. You fucking F slurs at the follow sheep are kind of reaping what you sow. Becky says she does seem unhinged, but that doesn't mean Sean Head is different. She's the same thing. No, Sean Head is the YouTube Belle Delphine. I love her. She is my e-thought mommy. So I will never achieve the greatest achievement of a woman. Wow, thanks. Sorry, that's just
Yep.
This is why men build fucking pyramids and shit, because we don't have uterus, we don't bear children. You know, we're subconsciously making up for.
It's the one ultimate thing that men
yeah.
cannot ever do ever in any way, shape, or
That's why
form.
Frankenstein's such an interesting concept, because it's like, you know, the whole like playing God, because it's like, well, yeah, men do this. Women never think to play God. You only get like a narrative like that in literature, like with like penguin mothers. They drop their egg and the baby's dead, so then they try to steal other babies or other eggs. You know, it's just like an intrinsic.
That's when male penguins partner with other male penguins and they adopt a kid together and have gay penguin babies and stuff.
Yeah, sorry, like that's just fucking history proves this fact of life. I know there's oddballs. Like it's fine if you're the oddball woman that's like, I'm fine, but like it's very clearly like women through history, this whole like modern day feminist angle of like women have been kept down. It's like women have always been half or more the population, so like they've kind of gone along with the system, you know, more or less the patriarchal authority of life pretty much across every culture and every time in history. And you got your weird little one-offs of like, actually women are in charge in this culture. It's like, well, yeah, did they make fucking democracy? No. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. They both go full on hinge in their videos over society and video games and women's shit. So that's what I mean. That's so weird. I assume you're a man, and then you're like, oh man, they're attacking women shit. It's like, if they're women, so like it's refreshing to say the least. I don't ever buy it because all women are communists at the end of the day. Vex Electronica was on some stream. I didn't get to watch it, but they're talking about this new kind of like feminist talking points seeping into right-wing women commentators, and I'm like, yeah, that is funny, and it just kind of validates what I say. At the end of the day, all women are communist. It's the whole was it Rollo says the sisterhood uber alles, women overall. You know, it's an intrinsic thing. You know, all women kind of hate each other subconsciously, but they'll all link up. They're really good at collectivizing for their own benefit. This is a divide of men and women. Men are pretty brotherly, honestly. We're all kind of lone wolves, but we will coalesce. Melissa Nerdrotic.
Kermie, I want that woman out of this party, Kermie.
You're doing it,
Kermie. I want the woman
I
out
can't
of
do
this party,
fucking
Kermie.
That's the more the Miss
Piggy.
Piggy.
Sure, I suck at the fucking Miss Puppet, Miss Muppet, whatever. They aren't together anymore.
Nope. Yeah, broken up.
Wait, why are you talking about dogs impregnating women or humans? Yeah, we don't have the same chromosome sets.
I think Angus meant have a pet dog to give you comfort, not.
That's where that came from. That's funny.
I think you said get a dog instead. Like, not for sex.
Seed me, daddy. That's unfortunate. It's cool. Like you thought out, like being if I'm gonna have a kid, I need to be committed and have stability in the household, and not doing that, not having a broken home child. So that's unfortunate, but you know, if you find content in this life, like cool. I'm just talking generally, like it's the proof's in the pudding of women. You know, most women are pretty happy just being housewives and having their babies. You know, sure, there's marital problems of like,
I cook and clean, and you just kick your shoes off and make it dirty.
There's often the women, the mothers have the toughest job in the universe, where they have to like bend down and pick up DVDs from the floor or something. Like, oh no, in their robes or something.
I should watch Tony's deep dive into Melly's history as a feminist. Oh yeah, she's a total con artist because she was supposedly a libtard, and then God, children of the light. I don't know.
Well, it's funny because
there's way more money on YouTube to appeal to that than it is to be in a Hassan.
It's funny because Jacqueline Glenn's another YouTube channel, another girl on YouTube that I think it was the opposite for her, where she grew up quite religious, and then ended up going quite the opposite direction toward atheism and stuff. Going the opposite direction.
One second.
Interesting. With Melanie Mack and Jacqueline Glenn as like opposites in a way, but similar in their type of upbringing and stuff.
Let me look this up.
And she's married and had her kid for recently too. So.
All right, copying that, looking this up.
I mean, I don't know if we need to cover the Melanie thing tonight. That could be a future thing, but
I hate what you hate. So here's the problem: is like, no, especially with her eyes. Like, God, she's pretty cute, but then like her, even me, where it's like, yeah, I don't like lettuce, bacon, guacamole, tomato movement of alphabet people today. I don't like grifters, and it feels very fake. This performative Christianity stuff when you're covered in tattoos and this dismissal of like people can quote the Bible like, well, clearly you're a hypocrite. It's like, well, you don't go to church, faggot. And it's like, God, you're really not helping Christendom. Like, I get like trying to be honest, but there's like tact with your faith if you're trying to get people to actually convert, so. Yeah, I see people like that. Well, we'll definitely, Tony will definitely get into this next week. Or definitely next week because I work the next 2 days. And we'll get you to mix some Miss Piggy too, if you're down. Tell me back where to find it. You guys don't need to react now. I would love her to hear your Miss Piggy impression. Did you do that recently, TJ? So I would like to see it. Or Christians don't act like that. Yeah. That's weird. That's why I get triggered by like bounding into comics with like their Last of Us shit, and they're just randomly invoking like the catechism. I used to be Catholic, and I feel like I have to defend Catholicism a lot and just Christianity in general, even being an atheist. Like I just like being honest, And it's like, no, Catholicism is such a like academic sect within Christendom. Same with Orthodoxy, Episcopal, Presbyterian, even, maybe Methodist. These are enlightened sects of Christianity. It's not just fire and brimstone and black and white Bible reading. It's a lot of nuance, comes in the archaeology, the history of the text when they're written, the cultures at play, things that aren't in the Bible specifically. It's a lot of tradition they're inheriting from pagan Rome that applies, Jewish mysticism, all this stuff. It's a very nuanced conversation. And so when I see Catholics trying to like fire and brimstone preach, it's like, no, I don't think they even did that in the Crusades. So you read like the call to fight with Pope Urban II, and it's like, I feel like he's reading these words. I could totally get radicalized. Like, we got to fight the cause, this is for a big picture thing, So yeah, when you preach like this fire and brimstone shit and you're like Catholic or Orthodox, it just looks really selling the faith short, just me being honest. Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's look at this post that Joy tagged me in. Share screen. Here we go. So this is Tom Wood. So Vito originally is talking about the comics being gifted by scammers like Eric and 3PO that EVS says. So here's this argument. So you're mad that Eric gave free books to sick kids. Now that's just said. Eric did not give free comics. He made people pay for them. But did the kids pay for the comics? Oh my God. So Tom Wood uncovers this. The charity comics did not go to kids. They went to the armed forces because it wasn't appropriate for children. Eric July scammed everyone thinking they were helping kids. Earlier, we discussed how Mr. Eric July and the Rippaverse was helping CB4K for both books and donations. Earlier, this is from the Comic Books for Kids site on Facebook. Earlier this week, we made arrangements to donate the first 2,000 books to our troops overseas and around the world. More on this soon. And while not publicized, Mr. July, his team packaged up these 2,000 books and at no cost to CB4K palletized them, shipping them at their expense. His team also provided CB4K with additional funds to support our operation cost as a result of the great success of this donation campaign. Another show of support. And for this week, those who missed issue 1 will be able to grab a comic for themselves. The percentage of proceeds going to CB4K. Our tip of the hat to the Reverse team for their incredible donation support, and to the supporters of this campaign for all the donations, both financial and product.
Well, this is also this is something I haven't thought about yet with the charity thing. So I mean, they're getting ISOM.
This would be for ISOM 1, yeah.
Oh, because I think I agree then that it should be for a variety of comics or something. Because imagine if they're like, oh, we're gonna get comic books to read. It's like, okay, well, what are we gonna get? ISOM, by the Rippaverse. They'd be like, the who, the what? That's 100 pages. Okay, they probably just want to read like some simple comics from something they recognize a little bit. I would imagine, like you said, Spider-Man, Superman, something like that. But instead, somebody that they've literally never heard of.
Oh shit, we got a new Stray Beans piece. Let me see. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I love that you say
I'm
that.
not dismissing the atrocities of religion in general. I'm just saying, even in the Inquisition, those like harsh punishments, the kind of catastrophizing during the Dark Ages of medieval Europe. You get Thomas Aquinas, like the Dark Ages fall out of Rome into medieval Europe. There's still lots of enlightened commentary by the church. All right. So there's a difference between like the church and its academics. The academic model we go to universities and schools is based on like Catholic Church. They started that. They started the hospital system too. So church fathers, generally speaking, are very enlightened, even in the Dark Ages. You got to contrast this with like the brutal warfare and the lack of science with like medical treatments. And so medicine is very much intertwined until 1700s with mysticism and religion and fear of curses, essentially, of omens and plagues from on high. So I think that's the nuance you have to assess the radical treatments of heretics of the past. Is like, well, if you let heretics permeate the population, what curses will God bring upon us? Like the plagues we've suffered for like 400 years off and on. So it's like, it's loaded things like slavery in America. It's like, well, you want to demonize the Confederate people fighting, for slavery or whatever. It's like, this was a way of life. They didn't think of them as people. This is something they grew up in. In America, it's been going on for, at that point, 300 years since the Spanish came here. So this is a way of life. And it's like, you got to tell me these are people I got to pay money to work. What are you talking about? I can't afford this. I'm not going to make a profit. I got workers to pay. I got industry to support, that's like the nuance. You have to look at these issues in their time and place. That's all I'm saying. What were you saying, Ricky?
Well, it's kind of funny you mentioned the Spanish Inquisition because I rewatched the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie recently. The villain Ivan Ooze wakes up and he's like, "All the things I have missed. The Black Plague destroys something. The Spanish Inquisition." He says the Spanish Inquisition and then the Brady Bunch reunion, and it's like, well, hold on. I assume he says Spanish Inquisition because he can't say World War II. The Vietnam. Like he can't list all the more obvious wars or like horrible things that have happened. It's like, so Black Plague, that's an easy one, that's bad. Spanish Inquisition, as if children will know what that is when they're watching Power Rangers. That was but they would know the World War II. That's the funny link of recent. Continue.
Yeah, so it's interesting, this comment here by Scummy Wummy. People just ignore the fact that Jesus' teachings have been responsible for the formation of democracy in the West. Bullshit. And I will show you why. Pretty much everything we are, the reason I've turned into interest in Greek paganism is because everything we are, even the stuff we pull from Rome, is really Greek. Everything we love about the West and our ethics, our mindset, it's all Greek. These pagans worshiping
I'm gonna grab a snack while you talk about this.
Yeah. They come up with these ideas. They came up with democracy. And I'll show you some of these Delphic maxims. These are some of the things that presided before Jesus. You got to think the Athenian democracy popped up in what, 5th century Greece? It's 500 years before Christ. Again, unfortunately, this is one of the key reasons I left Christendom. The more you learn about history, the more you learn about the narrative that Christendom has engineered about its influence on the West. The Romans were killing Christians for a reason, because they would not pay their dues essentially to the state. The Jews were fine in Rome. I mean, they didn't like Rome because they're pagan and they're overlords, but they respected them enough. They gave them their fair due. Christians were like Antifa. They'd face statues of gods and whatnot and mockery. Not different than Antifa tearing down like Robert E. Lee and Christopher Columbus. So yeah, looking more into history, more of the context of everything before you go with that narrative that Christianity just changed everything. Christianity very much worked because of a pagan empire that it seeped into before its fall. And a lot of that's interesting because it really boils down to Constantine. Christians like to brush over this, but Constantine murdered his wife in a sauna, and like familial murder, that's kind of unforgivable. That's why you watch Clash of the Titans. The dad won't kill his daughter for having a bastard child because they can't commit like familial murder. So he absolves himself by just, put her in a box and throw in the ocean until she's like starves. Because I didn't kill her. Poseidon killed her. Wink, wink, This is why these stories happen the way they do, because of the ethics of the Greeks. Yeah, it's just don't buy everything you read. Look at the context. And this is why I'm not Christian, because it starts not adding up. I'm mad at Eric giving us shitty books to poor children and making profit because the print run was larger and cheaper per unit. Exactly. And it turns out it didn't go to any fucking kids. It went to Jews, and Judas betrayed Jesus to the Romans so they don't have to pay taxes. Is that the idea? Which is still around the Pantheon or Jesus. It's called Roman Catholic for a reason. Yeah, no. I was saying about Constantine, the family murder. So Constantine supposedly had a vision from Christ or whatever to paint the cross on his army's shields in their civil war and that he would win. And so when he did, that's why he instituted Christianity. The real alleged story is that he murdered his wife. There's no forgiveness in the Roman religion for familial murder. And so there is redemption for that in Christendom. So it was like guilt of consciousness that he picked a religion counter to the culture that could give him a moral out. And so, you look at that and it makes sense. Now, whether this is pagan narrative, I don't know. I look at both as like potential realities, but it's loaded. And yeah, it's here's the thing: Christianity seeped into Rome because you had a international military that was multi-ethnic across the empire, but was unified in its kind of like nationalistic religion, and the soldiery, especially, being pretty wizened, going on different campaigns for a couple decades. There was a unifying religion within the army. It was the worship of Mithras. It was very much what we can find of him is very much like a 1-for-1 with Christ. He's like this sun god, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a male only like military cult base for the most part. And Jesus kind of a 1-for-1. And so this might have been the other reason, because the Romans and the Egyptians, the Greeks, they would like intermingle their deities. They would either be like, oh, your God is actually my God, different name. Or, there was a validation of other people's religions versus they view the Christians and the Jews as atheists because they had the one God. They're like, that's silly. So there's a lot of context there you have to dig into. And I think the Constantine thing is a real kind of like neg on the story. And yeah, you have it's like racism. Oh, we cured racism with civil rights. It's like, yeah, the government forced that on people. And yet we're still here crying about racism more, I would say, than in the 60s when it was actually a problem. And how do we handle societal problem? But yeah, I think there's a lot of like, you say like, oh, Christianity's still here and the Greek worship isn't. And it's like, well, yeah, because they seeped into the government.
Which movies are more fun to watch, Greek ones or ones about Jesus?
Yeah, it's funny. I show Ricky the Bible. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Ricky's, and he's like, man, it's so boring. I'm like, these are some of the biggest like fantastical stories from the Bible. Like, it's kind of crazy. But I guess when you see Marvel, it's like, hey, these do kind of suck. And yeah, the Romans and the Greek stories are still cool as fuck after Marvel and stuff, you know. It's like, well, that's all cool, but let's go with the OG, you know, comic stories of the Greek gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you
no. Well, it's funny to say because like a lot of traditions with like Halloween are rooted in paganry. Christmas is a ripoff of Saturnalia. Either Invicta or Kings and Generals did a great deep dive about Saturnalia, which was Saturn's like kind of rebirth ceremony every year in the Christmas season. And the Roman, you know, we talk about the commerce and how commerce is ruining the spirit of Christmas. It's just business. They just got to sell you deals, and the lights are already on sale in September for Christmas time. The Romans were talking about this kind of problem back in the like BC times.
Mm-hmm.
So this is nothing new. This is the ingenuity of Christendom, is that they historically, very easy to prove, whatever culture is in control, they find ways to seep in and mimic and to rip off, to blend in more seamlessly. You know, that's why you have like Christmas takes place like a day after the Saturnalia festival. So they just kind of mimic that thing and then come like the day after. So then it's like, oh, well, like, let's keep partying. It's Jesus. Woo. It's this Christian God. And the Romans are like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll include Jesus in my pantheon. And so it's like a fucking slow death assimilation. This is why the paganry has left and Christendom has stayed around. But you want to say like, oh, well, they're still around. Well, they're clearly falling because look at the church in Europe. Moral relativism has seeped into the priesthood. They're not demonizing sin like they should be because it's countercultural. It's not fun to be countercultural. And so, you know, you got this moral relativism in the church. And so people are like, well, why do I even go to church? Because like nothing really matters. You can say it's counter to the books or whatever, but this is a culture in the church that's killing itself. The Pope is being wishy-washy about trans people, about the LGBT and stuff, being more ambiguous about abortion before, about the gay priesthood problem. And so it's dying, and you have the LGBT stuff infiltrating every denomination. So there's a new religion taking over Christendom. We probably won't see it fall in our lifetime. We'll probably still be around in little pockets like the pagans were in medieval Europe.
I'm trying to imagine like a food cart, but for a church or something. Like,
yeah, this is the whole point. Is like religion
Bible.
is always ebbing and flowing. The things that are a-okay today, you would go 500 years before, they would burn you at the stake for doing that thing. So, religion, especially Christendom, is very amoebus. It's very ingenuitive in feeling out the society it's inhabiting. That's kind of brilliant, but it also shows like how fluid it can be. So there's some things that just last eternally as thought and rhetoric, but other things, culture especially, very much subject to its host. And I think we found the boundaries that can kill it. And I'm not necessarily celebrating that because I see the value of Christendom. I mean, clearly I'm negative. I'm not pro-Christian, but I think it's definitely been an influence on modern Western society, modern democracy. American law is based on British common law, which is very much, aware of church and stuff. That's why American founding fathers made that whole separation of church and state to keep it secular, not have the church influence politics so much. But yeah, it's just, again, you got to do a lot of work and study that, like, Christianity has had 2,000 years to make a very concise narrative. Just the first century, there's all these different sects within Christendom that nowadays they'll say, well, there was all these heretics. Some of them were heretics back then, but like there's a bunch of ideas today that would be called heresy that were being argued by all different valid pockets in the church. And that's what's interesting, is like they've honed that in and made a new narrative after the fact, looking back. But yeah, good night, TJ. The Celts are somewhat underrated. Celts are interesting. Yeah, apparently they are the sea peoples that caused the Bronze Age collapse. I've been watching stuff about that. Christian teachings enable the advantages of democracy to stay around. No, I think they're kind of at odds, especially with like separation of church and state. Godfoe, he's very devout Christian, and I find him very interesting. And he's like, Christian nationalism is an oxymoron. You can't be a Christian nationalist. They're opposing ideas. Christianity's counterculture to the state. I'm like, yeah, but I do think you should be trying to vote Christian things if you are Christian. So, give to Caesar. But yeah, all this stuff kind of is at odds with each other at the end of the day. I think you should be trying to make a theocracy if you're Christian, and that doesn't work with American values. There's a possibility that pagan idolatry is hidden in the cathedral in Sicily. It's everywhere. I watched this deep dive on Culture Critic on Twitter, where the whole pitch is like a gay op to get you to engage it. But it's like, oh, this is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre or whatever. Jesus is supposedly buried here. And that this like slab in the center is like been covered over, but it's the original slab. This is the pitch of the church. So you read all this stuff in the history, and there's all these like valid historical findings or tellings about the history of the site and the temple before it and whatnot, the sepulcher, the paganry and the Christendom of it. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh yeah, we can't prove this is actually the fucking sepulcher or not, but it does have all its Roman history, so it might be. Like, well, this is a fucking waste of time. It's just like, it's so weird. Like, I don't get. I get the sell to the faithful, but I conceptually as God, I don't get this limitation he puts on himself. Like, well, you have to believe. I'm never going to give you proof. I'm like, well, why? You're God. What the fuck? Just show me. Like doubting Thomas is like a negative association. You're just being a doubting Thomas. Like, I don't know, man. Why don't you actually show me your fucking wounds? And then he does. Like,
what? How am I supposed to know you're not the devil tricking me? I'm supposed to believe you, but you won't show me that you're God. Like, what is this fucking game?
Yeah, but no, the root of America is not Christianity. That's silly. There's definitely a Christian backbone to the founding fathers, but they were deists. They were Freemasons. So there's all sorts of mystery about what their Christendom blend is, what other occult things are associated, if at all. So yeah, Thomas Jefferson wrote his own Bible that removed any like miraculous stuff of Jesus. So yeah, it's a lot of loaded narratives that you find to be untrue or tainted when you dig into this, which I find interesting. I spend a lot of my time with this stuff when I have time. Let me see. This is from Stray Beans. You may know him from doing an awesome Meth Gator piece for me of breaking ice on his back.
Oh no.
We have a new Sturgis piece. Says, here's Frog Tony's awesome amphibian guy. Says, haha, you don't have a dad. Starring the fabulous frogman. Beware the bog monster Sturgis, the rat simp.
You'd think that he'd like this stuff, or like you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who Sturgis is. Like, this is so retarded, dude. Just own, like, yeah, people know you
It
as
doesn't
Sturgis.
look like me.
Double size essential special issue, bud.
But
this is fucking beautiful. I love it so much. Oh my god. Stray Beans, you wild cat, you.
you cookie cat.
Oh, and yeah, I don't know if I showed off. I know I have shown off, but yeah, I haven't given them the proper praise. I need to do like just a special tweet maybe tomorrow before work. But yeah, TJ did a great little Meth Gator piece for me. That's kind of like the animated style. I hope I saved it on my computer. If not, I can go in my DMs and find it.
It's so weird that EJ, Nerdrotic, and Az don't have dads. What are the odds of that?
Who would have expected?
Something in the water? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Could be something.
Maybe it's under here. Let me see. Nope, I didn't.
Looking
see
for
it.
an art piece now?
Yeah, I'll have to go to TJ's Twitter. TJ's Twitter.
TJ's Twitter. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh, I'm on Twitter. Okay.
Remember that.
The page in. Hey, Chris Bacon's back.
Crispy bacon.
Got suspended.
Back from the suspension, boy. I say, boy, you need to be making some more memes there, boy. Perfect.
Well, no, he got like suspended today. I don't know if he still is or not. Let me message him. Still.
If he's suspended, he can't answer you.
Well, he can answer me, possibly.
Not all the time, boy.
If it's limited.
Not all the time.
Anyway, let me find TJ.
Doing the time.
It might be under
One of the crimes.
Vampire. Okay.
Showing a Meth Gator piece. All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
What you working on to get into a comic book?
There we go. Yeah, so TJ did this awesome piece for me. And Stray Beans, he included on the Meth Gator piece that he did for me. That was awesome. But he thought I drew. I'm like, oh no, I can't draw, man. That was TJ. And but it was a way like him including it was like a good synergy that I could be like, oh yeah, it's cool. You include this TJ piece. So yeah, this is an awesome TJ piece he did for me. He was excited to do it, and I love it. I just have not like given the explicit like, look at what TJ did. His adaptation of Meth Gear. It's so cool. That'd be cool to get an animated series like Hellboy. But I want you to take over, Ricky, for a minute because I have to go take a baby bar, and I won't forget to wipe my mouth.
That is okie dokie with me. And I'll take over for the chat. Angus may go into, he's got a lot of knowledge on historical things and the religious stuff. That is all right. That is pretty good. I know some of that stuff, but he is far more well versed than I am when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm still trying to just get a hang of watching the movies here and there and trying to make sure that that's under the way. Because I'm wearing a director hat, even though from the right angle it could look like it's saying detractor. No, it's a director hat. Still working on it. So trying to get that stuff down. But that is all good. We've got a couple more things that we're going to talk about tonight, but I'm not sure what else he's got in mind for it. We usually kind of riff these, but we do have some things in mind a little bit. There's the X-Men TV show, which I have not watched. There's like a new X-Men animated show that people are watching and talking about. I saw a clip get tossed around with the Rogue and Captain America, and everybody's like freaking out about it. And just from the clip alone, without seeing anything else in the show, I had things I want to say about it. There was somebody else freaking out about some clip from the Fallout show, which again, I haven't seen Fallout, don't know anything about Fallout. I just think the response to the clip that they show is funny. We'll probably show that. We've got, I wanted to show Angus and you in the audience as well, an old epic rap battles of history thing with Jim Henson versus Stan Lee, because interesting thing with that was for a brief time, for about a year or so, epic rap battles of history was owned by Disney in a way, by a subsidiary company that was under the Disney umbrella at the time. And it was a fun little one. And since there's been lots of puppetry and Muppet talk as of late, I thought that'd be a fun one to show later on into the episode here of All American Beef, but we'll see when he's ready to go into those. Because we went through most of the stuff already with Nerdrotic. We went through stuff with some of the Muppets and all that. So I'm not sure what else he's got in mind for topics, but we will get there. Orion says X-Men 97 is okay. Yeah, I've been hearing that like the story is pretty good so far. I've heard that like the animation's iffy. It's a continuation series from the old animated show, which I did not see the old animated show either. I grew up on the Power Ranger Pokemon era of things, not with the X-Men and all those animated shows. So I have not checked that out yet, but says ERB, Mr. T versus Mr. Rogers is awesome. It's my fave. Yep, they have a lot of good ones. I feel like lately they've gotten a lot better, but yeah, those were pretty good too. You know, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take my shoes off and beat you with my panty loafers. John Malin said it looks good. Yeah, I mean it might be good. I mean because it's like a Disney thing. We're always on edge. You know, it's good. It's probably gonna be shit. Probably gonna be woke, but they could surprise you and sometimes have something good. They used to be a company that would have at least some level of quality. So sometimes it's good when that can show through. But part of the reason why I want to show the clip that I'm talking about is because like people are freaking out about how Captain America is shown in that and how Rogue seems to be represented in there, where it's like she seems more selfish and he seems like, oh, it's hating Captain America. You're the evil white man in this. And I'm just like, I don't see that at all. Like I have no idea why that's being taken away. Because it's Disney or something, because that's what they like. A lot of people that maybe make it have talked about, but in the scene itself, it didn't seem to show that. But yeah, I mean, I might watch the show. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are going to be coming out soon. I'm going to be going on a trip to Ohio soon, so like I'm not really sure how much things I'll be watching specifically, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye out. I know that June is going to have a lot of things, a lot of shows to watch. So I think I don't remember if House of Dragon's coming out. There's going to be some other continuation of a couple other shows. I think Star Wars Acolyte's going to come out, and Angus and I like to watch those to usually crap on them because they're usually pretty shit. But if they're also good, then then we'll have a nice surprise. But we expect them to usually be pretty shit when it comes to Star Wars stuff as of late. But yeah, and then I heard Angus told me before the stream that Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, are going to be playing in theaters in June. I assume that has to do with some type of anniversary or some type of event going on around. I'm not sure if that's limited to certain states or cities for certain theaters or something, but if there's a chance to see the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy in the movie theaters, I'm gonna try to freaking take that because I don't remember seeing them in theaters at all. But I do remember. I mostly remember the theatricals from when I was younger. But ever since seeing the extended, like that, those are the ones you've got to watch. There's too much material in there that is excluded from the theatricals that you've just got to freaking see. So I don't know if you guys have looked into that yourselves to see if there's any of those playing. I've heard that the Phantom Menace was also playing in theaters or going to on Star Wars Day in May. So I don't know if that's supposed to be Phantom Menace playing on Star Wars Day or all the prequels or the originals. I don't know if they're supposed to be all of the lineups or just one of the lineups. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the specifics. I just heard that they might play some of the movies in theaters again in May. Cap has really been shit on so much in the last 5 to 10 years. It's pretty sad. Yeah, I agree, but just based on the clip that I saw, it didn't seem like they were shitting on Cap. It seemed like he was making a decision based on the circumstances, and Rogue is, she doesn't like that decision, but that's okay. To me, that just shows like, yeah, it's just a character thing. It's not like a shitting on a character the way that they do in a lot of these shows, like when She-Hulk and other things that deliberately crap on something. I haven't seen X-Men. I did watch The Fallout. Pretty good. Capitalism and war seems to be the main theme. I played a bit of the games, but I don't know a lot of the backstory. Okay. Yeah, I've heard mixed things on Fallout. I heard a lot of people like some of the episodes and hate the rest, or watching the show as a whole, it's pretty bad. I've heard some people say as a whole, it's really good. For the ones that said it was pretty bad, I think Mahler said that the Fallout show was not very good. typically I align with a lot of things that he enjoys or hates, so I'm gonna assume that's bad. But sometimes the shows are bad enough to watch and laugh at and stuff. But it sounded like he didn't enjoy it to that degree to like laugh at it. Even it's just like, oh, don't want to watch it. But that's okay. Gravy Mix says, I got the extended Lord of the Rings 4K, still haven't cracked it open yet. Well, that's interesting. Have you seen any of the special features on the 4K? Because, well, I don't know if the 4K has all of the special features. I know it probably has some, but I don't know if it has the appendices as well. But I recently got the discs as well and made it my it spent like a couple of weeks kind of like watching through all the extra stuff that was on there. I didn't spend all the time in the world trying to watch them, but it's very fun, especially with me trying to be a director and learn more about filmmaking, the process that goes into everything. I mean, just scenes where they're charging horses onto a battlefield. They've got to like comb the area. They've got to make a call out to all horse riders that they can to come and, be able to ride the horses and stuff. They got to make sure that there's nothing that the horses can fall into, no holes or anything, so people don't get hurt. And they got to do their takes a certain way so that it works. And make sure the horses don't get spooked too easily because they're animals on set and stuff. So like I like hearing about that kind of thing. All their different shot perspectives and stunt doubles that they use for height differences with the hobbits and dwarves and whatnot with the other characters is really interesting. It's like these are filmmakers that are really passionate about it, and so I love seeing that, especially when nowadays it seems like a lot of filmmakers don't give a shit. They're just doing I'm trying to make money, I don't really give a shit, we're told to make this, who cares? Like I hate that. It's like, I want to see I want to be able to feel the passion flow off of the film, if anything. He says he's been watching Shogun and he's getting back to that soon. I've heard Shogun is recommended as well. Maybe that's another one that we'll check out too. For me, I'm still trying to catch up on a bunch of old movies and old TV shows that I have not watched yet. Like, last year I finally watched Game of Thrones and things like, and I'm still catching up on a lot of other things. We're just getting through Breaking Bad. We're on like episode 3 or 4 of season 5 of Breaking Bad, and then I got to watch Better Call Saul afterward as well, which has more seasons than Breaking Bad. And there's a couple of other shows that I want to see that are really good that have been recommended that I just haven't been able to watch yet either. There's a lot of movies I'm trying to watch. Like I watched The Godfather, but I don't know if I'll watch the trilogy because I don't know if I'll have time for. I'm trying to watch other things too to get them on the off the list and whatnot. But making progress. But I'm also creative myself, so I don't feel like trying to sit down and do that stuff all the time. I don't want to just be watching movies constantly. I got to be doing something too, otherwise I'll go crazy.
Oh, did you show or were you talking about the X-Men thing yet?
I was waiting until I talked about it a bit, so I can play it now. I was waiting until you got back so that you can give your commentary too. With that, I'll pull that up. I'll pull it up.
I've only gotten to I'm on episode 4 now, so I'm behind.
I got you.
There's nothing really to talk about. It's like, yeah, this is fine, but it's pretty concise.
Well, it's more people's complaints about it is my thing that people seem to have with it. So let me pull it up. The thing here. I don't know if you'll get dinged or not for having.
Wait, pause it. Don't play it.
Yeah.
To make sure we don't get dinged or it's worthwhile if I get copyright or whatever for this. Let's get us a little super chats going. You want us to play this? Gotta hold this shit hostage.
How many super chats or how much money of
I don't know,
super
$5,
chats?
$10. I don't care. Just make it a little worthwhile to actually get possibly get my shit blocked by Disney. I don't know if it'll happen, but
that's true. Yeah, you never know. Know. Mm-hmm.
Got to learn from Dick Master and EVS stuff.
Doing the dick tactics.
Yeah, I got
gotcha.
Hold the shit hostage.
Dick tactics.
Hold the truth hostage, so to speak.
Yeah.
But,
DJ, go ahead.
Go on to the chat. Okay.
I was reading this thing. He says, I don't know what special features are on it. The only version I saw that looked like it had special features was the big Middle Earth collection that had all 6 movies. Didn't want that. I don't know about that one. I know that I got the Blu-rays that had like all the special features on it.
Of what?
And I don't think I got the Hobbit with that set. It's just the OG trilogy. But it also came with the theatrical cuts, I think, and the extendeds.
I do want to watch Shogun.
So do I. That's going to be on our list too. But we got a lot of shows we got to watch soon too.
Yeah, we need to
So
hurry
it's
up
gonna
and
be- it's
finish
gonna be tough.
Breaking Bad so we can
It's
watch
gonna be
Better
tough.
Call Saul.
Yeah, I was
'cause,
just mentioning that. I was like, that's got 7. This is really tough to get all these shows down. It took us how long to watch Game of Thrones? That took a while, and once we got back into it, it still took a while to started getting it down.
Wait, Malin said X-Men looks good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let me look at let me pull up Geeks and Gamers for a analysis. Let me look at some of these Zero channels to see what the talk of the town
See what
was.
they've all been thinking about. Yeah, so far I only know people's opinions based on Twitter, not based on YouTube. I've not heard anybody covering it too much, though I did hear about the binary guy or whatever. That one, everybody's like, oh no, the binary character, but I don't care about that. I don't know anything about that character. I don't care at all. Nope.
Someone, the Dark Thor PO comic night. I don't know if it's supposed to be a play on POC comic night. But he uploaded Geeks and Gamers dumbest video ever uploaded, part 1, X-Men. Melanie Matt, X-Men 97 is not good. All right, so that's definitely a vote of confidence in it being
that makes me want to watch it more and talk about
Clownfish
it. See if we agree or not.
TV. These grifters. X-Men 97. Honest review, initial reaction. Let me click on it and see their comments to see what people are saying. Here's my honest initial reaction for the first 2 episodes. Is this an exceptional sequel or an excretable disaster? Well, I like the play on that. Does non-binary morph and Rogue's lack of backside ruin the experience? Well, listen to find out.
I don't think anybody's gonna. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I should just play a few seconds and then when
I'm perusing this. Fans are mad. Ryan Kennel 97 gets slammed by fans. Will this be another? So this is probably the morph trans thing. Let's see.
Yeah, not much of
World-class
them are
bullshitters.
Go ahead.
Rogue versus Captain America. Can't tell if it's a pro or.
I assume that's this conversation here, the Rogue and Captain America. I assume, unless it's a different scene, but this is the main one that's been going around making rounds. Was this scene? And everybody hates it.
Yeah. So you see, the negative reaction was just to the trans morph shit, and people seem to be enjoying the show or just like, I'm interested, whatever. But it's nothing. Doesn't seem egregious. What I've watched, I've not seen any infractions with the show. Really, I haven't seen anybody like, this is not what the comics like. I remember seeing the trailer. People were crying about Gambit using his power through Wolverine. Like, that's not how his powers work. It's like, Wolverine can regenerate and he's full of metal, so he might be the exception. Like, I don't really care about Gambit. He's not cool. He throws power cards.
They really want him.
Gay.
They really want him to be cool. They really want
people
him to be
really
cool.
sell helmets. Like, man, fucking Gambit, he's so cool. I'm like, oh wow, he throws cards.
He's got cards, bro.
So gay.
I'll cut you with his card.
But no, like I was telling you earlier, like I probably said on stream for I think the X-Men, digging more into the X-Men, more in Marvel Comics as a novice, outside of the movies, I think the X-Men are like way too adult and in-depth an idea to fit with the rest of them. They seem at odds storytelling wise. Like, it feels like big events. They like in Civil War, they just write them out of the story. Like Wolverine's on the Avengers as well as the X-Men, but generally they kind of write the X-Men off because like they don't really
the Civil War thing almost feels like that's what the mutants have to deal with all the time. What do you mean? Like that's their like fighting other mutants themselves, or like humanity and their rights and whatnot. So the Avengers Civil War is a little different, not really involving the mutants.
Well, you say that more or gamer,
More.
but you're saying he is non-binary. Like he is a he in the comics, I assume. But given his powers, I would say the same for Mystique, a transforming character, especially if it's like a puberty onset and they haven't like grown their whole life as like a shapeshifter. I think it's totally a reasonable question of sexual identity for a character to be what we think of today as non-binary or trans, where it's
and
like,
the boys too, right? The one character that can only his power is to
doppelganger.
turn into one boy or turn into one girl or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think he's doing like he
Shapeshifters.
can do that, but well, I don't know, because he is sleeping with that senator or whatever to trap him, to get them to like do stuff for their militarizing VOT, their military contract. But no, I just think it makes complete sense to bring sex identity into a shape-shifting character, especially when their power comes at puberty, when you start questioning things sexually. Makes complete sense. If you can change your genitalia, you might be like, oh, actually I like being a girl more. They did that with the boys spinoff with Gen V, and I think I mean, given the conversation is every fucking day that J.K. Rowling is committing genocide by her commentary being a TERF, it's like, all right, you're fucking exhausting. I kind of hate you people. But being honest, like, no, it makes sense that like these power sets would invite the conversation.
I want to see Gambit use Pokemon cards. No, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. That'd be the funny things. You know, I used my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you said, but they're re-releasing the Lord of the Rings extended cuts to theaters.
Yep, I mentioned that, but I didn't know if it was specific to states or certain locations or certain, just like one day or a week, or
I
how
think
long
it's
that's going to
probably
go for.
I mean, it'd probably be more limited than a nationwide release of like every theater's trying to get this movie, but
yeah.
So
you just check your theaters anyway, is the idea, to see if it's going to be.
Yeah, you might have to go to like your major metropolitan areas in your state, but that'd be my guess. Covered it with Jessica James. They didn't draw her ass much, so they could save time. About the old series. So yeah, people are really stuck on that one shot of her ass, but it's not really a consistent feature.
Yeah.
I want to see Gambit use Pokemon cards. I'm a Magic guy. It's the card game I played.
I'd say Yu-Gi-Oh cards would make more sense, because Yu-Gi-Oh cards are part of the game where they summon things with the cards. Pokemon cards are the meta outside world where nobody actually knows how to play the game, but it's people collect the cards anyway, essentially. But want me to play the clip?
Yeah, go ahead and play.
Yep.
That you
People want to
stand
be
with
cheapos.
mutants. Unless you don't now.
Gotta do this by the book, Rogue. Right now, my hands are tied.
Well, if your hands are tied, you won't be needing this.
And everybody's like, they destroyed Captain America. They killed him and made her such an evil bitch. It's like, I don't.
Well, they're showing in the show that like where I'm at, they're hinting there's some dark past with Magneto, which I don't know of any comic past with her and Magneto. So I don't know what they're alluding to, if this is like a new storyline they're making. I have no idea. But this is like something in the background. Yeah, this picture of Spider, I think this is from the Ultimate Spider-Man run of Bendis. Click on that.
On this?
Yeah. So what's it? Read it to us.
God, you know why people hate you? Oh, is Spider-Man saying this to him? Yeah.
Yeah.
God, you know why people hate you? It's not because you're mutants. It's because you're all a bunch of fucking goddamn pussies. That's why. You stupid effing goddamn stupid low-life piece of poop. God, niggle fraggle thingy chicken jaggle. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but like everybody's like, the mutants suck. She threw the shield back to Wakanda. That's actually a good one there. Avengers getting the treatment they deserve. I didn't even feel like that's what's happening there at all. That's the X-Men we know, whatever. There's a lot more quote tweets, of course, that have more of the stuff that we'll only see if they have that.
Yeah, I think it's
quote tweets from here.
Yeah, click on the retweet button. Few quotes.
Oh, cool. I don't usually use the computer with these, but yeah. X-Men being shitty to other superhero groups never worked out for them in the long run. I mean, I don't know if that would matter. I didn't read the comics if that's what he's referring to, but let's see here. I really don't get why people are saying the Cap government shill who follows orders based on the out of context clip. You watched the full episode. Okay, seems more tame. The mountain's looking for the shield. I like the funny ones because like, God, can I look for my fucking shield now? Like that'd be a funny bit to have in the movie with it. This person has the same comment as you do. That doesn't make any sense. Right there, the X-Men being in there does not make any sense. Can the X-Men stop being assholes for 5 minutes? So I guess the impression is that the X-Men in this show are complete douchebags, is what I'm getting from people. Silly moons, can't even be civilized.
Well, I think that's just, again, it's kind of baked into who they are. So
that's what I was kind of getting at. To me, it just simply was she is very ingrained in mutant related stuff and being oppressed and all that. And she's like, wow, there's this Captain America guy that's helping us chase the same bad guy and whatever, and we can go in and beat the shit out of that guy. And then he's like, well, I can't. And she's like, well, you can't now for what? And he's like, well, I mean, it's by the books. My hands are tied. And you know, he seems to want to do it, but can't see the other rules. She's like, well, you're not gonna help us. Fuck you. And I don't know. I assume based on what the character has gone through that makes sense. But I don't know. When people like have issues on Twitter, you know, it's not always best represented, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think it speaks to, there seems to be a split on this issue. So I think it speaks to the value of the argument when there's a split. It's like the Barbie, or, you know, when you see a split on something like Last Jedi, I think it speaks to the value of the art and its argument.
I suppose.
Not to say that, like, you get this with Batman. Batman doesn't kill. It's like,
yeah,
people get more outraged about, like, well, this is why Batman sucks, because he won't do like the hard right, like Punisher, you know, and take care of evil because of his like moral superiority. And that's like the modern day inbuilt argument of Batman and his, you know, modern day kind of credos, his ethos,
yeah.
whatever.
And then this was something that you showed me that I thought was funny. The way that you read it, you know, this scene was so rough for me to watch. I actually pulled out my phone and did something else during it, because he had her tied up with rope, walking her like a dog, and then made her drink out of a bucket like a dog. And so I was like, oh, is this going to be like a brutal scene of some kind? That's going to be like, wow, that's crossing a line. Like that's like more intense or something. And it's like, okay, it's kind of dirty water, I guess. She's in a hot place, it seems. Lost a fight to some guy.
It's the wasteland.
Wasteland, sure. All right, she looks like she's been through hell, and she's thirsty. There's the only water source around that you got. I think he like had his canteen and was like, oh, I'm all out. Sorry, I don't know. At least you're getting a drink. And it's like, okay, I'm surprised he let her use her hands. I didn't have to like dunk into the thing based on how the girl was crying about it.
You're good.
And I have no idea how long she's like been his captive, I guess. It's like a day or more. No idea. Which is like, okay.
How does that golden rule drive what's going through your head right now?
Are you disgusted yet, Angus?
I'm disgusted. I'm seeing Fallout.
Are you disgusted? Oh, look at the face. Oh, I hate you, bad guy.
What are you?
Oh, I'm you, sweetie. You just give it a little.
That's a weird answer to me. I don't get that, but whatever. I don't know Fallout at all. But that's like a nothing burger clip again, right? Like just people freaking out over stuff. It's kind of funny.
Tuco did Worst to Clint. Wait, was that in
That's in Good and Bad and the Ugly? Yep. Tuco. Oh yeah. Oh, because he Tuco was on a horse and like had like force walked Eastwood like for freaking miles and super hot desert, like face blistering and everything, feet blistering and all fucked up. Like, yeah, he he wore him the fuck out, like big time. Like to where even if like he like, oh, I'm not tied and I can move, like he's fucking worn the fuck out and skin damage as fuck. Like, he's not just gonna easily get out of it, kind of thing. But
kicked over his. Oh yeah, he gave him the foot water in the boot and then he poured it out. Yeah, I've seen Good Man Ugly once recently because I bought the trilogy. My favorite of the three is A Few Dollars More. That's the best one, the one in the middle.
Yeah,
with the fucking the shootout in the street. He's like, pa-ding, 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 the fucking hat. I love it, man. Like, and then like they're both scoping out like the bounty, and then like he sees each other, and Clint Eastwood just kind of like nods to him in the binoculars.
Yeah.
Just there's a lot of humor. The fucking music is on point. I mean, clearly Good Man Ugly's got a great score. But I think it's a bit indulgent at points with the director. I can't remember his name right now. Sergio Leone. But yeah, they're fucking amazing movies.
Really good.
But the piece, if you love those movies, the best one of him is actually the one that he wanted Eastwood in with Charles Bronson, Once Upon a Time in the West. I've always heard about this, but I never gave it a chance, and I finally watched it when it was on Amazon. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with that movie. It's so great. I listen to the harmonica theme because it's such a weird tone. It's like off key, but it's got this like dread to it. And when you play Grand Theft Auto 5, I haven't finished it, but I definitely rewatching Heat recently and then seeing it Once Upon a Time in the West compared to Red Dead. It's like, yeah, they're just kind of ripping off those two movies for those two games, but it's like those are like the quintessential movies for those specific genres, so it makes sense to like pull from the best.
Of course.
But Xbox, I don't know about Batman and his history of killing. I know it's an argument in the past that he clearly didn't have a problem killing bad guys or carrying a gun. Okay, you want me to watch this?
Well, I know if you had other topics that you wanted to go
yeah, sure.
Either with that. I figured this would be a good sort of around the ending of the stream. So it's Jim Henson versus Stan Lee, and I'll play it all the way through because they don't strike channels and shit.
Stan Lee! What's up? Jim Henson!
Greetings, heroes! Stan Lee's here to battle. It's the mind behind the Hulk against the geek beneath the flag. I'm just your friendly neighborhood writer man with a secret identity of a super MC whose raps are as dark as my shade. You squealing like you're in trouble now, Jimmy. You dirty old hippie. Your beard needs a little bit of snip and skippy. Heck, that face on you. The other part's sketchy. Step up to Lee and you get your butt kicked. Your Muppet Snuffleupagus stuff is butt kiss. A rope for Rigno and the comics code. So keep your Frog and Pig show moving right along down the road.
I'm glad you got that out. That anger can clutter your mind. But you're a creative man, Stanley. Yeah. So let's just leave it behind. Because I can sense your tension. Once the verbal fencing starts commencing, there's against the dance, Jim Henson's dispensing. And I'll clench all your strings like you're a puppet in suspension. Call your superhero friends in. Yeah, because you're gonna need a vengeance. Let me mention, I'm impressed by all the vision that it took for you to sign your name on all of Jack Kirby's comic books.
Nice try, Frogman, but Jack was a friend of mine. But that was a low blow. He did his own thing, and now you've made it clobbering time. Oh, you taught children to count and spell. Then you taught your own kids how to drop your wife harder than you flopped on SNL. I'm telling you, Henson, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I'm a marvel of a party pooper. I'll snap your turtleneck like a doozer stick and put you out to pasture like Mr. Hooper. I'm sorry, Jim. Sometimes I can't control my rage. Honestly, there's a lot of things that you can't control at my age. But the truth is, I miss you. You were gone too soon. You were like watching a beautiful sunset at noon.
Oh, Stan, don't be sad. We all have a time to go. Yeah. Most of the internet thought that you died 12 years ago. Will always be incredible. The words you wove within the hearts of heroes are indelible. There is no beef between us. We're two minds of the same kind. And there is no man who could ever muck with what we've left behind.
Third guy.
I rock the mic properly. Turning profits, I've got the key. I'm the juggernaut of stacking knots unstoppably. The Disneyland lord of your intellectual property. So get back to work. That's my time you're wasting. I didn't buy you for billions. ingredients so you can play around debating. You belong to Disney, which means you stay busy cranking out magic and assembly line whimsy. Artists begging me to star, I won't let them. Labor conditions in my show, I don't sweat them. I'm powerful enough to make a mouse gigantic. With only 3 circles, I dominate the planet. Clearly, there's nobody near me. I'm owning this battle. In fact, I own this whole series. So I'm on my steamboat, boys. But don't run. I'll put a smile on your face and green in your pocket. You'll be safe and insured when you're under my employ. Now look at it. Gaze upon my empire of joy.
No, it's fucking scary.
I like that.
That's good. I don't know if I ever watched that one.
No, it's good. When he says, "I'm owning," in fact, I own this whole series. That's like also, and he's pointing to them. That's, you know, a meta thing because ERB was owned by Disney at that brief time for like a year from a subsidiary company under Disney or whatever. So I own this whole series. Get back to work, and that's them. They're kind of like, "Oh no, we're under Disney now. Shit, what does that mean?" So that was the year before they broke off and went independent. So.
Yeah, Orion Kane says it was great till Walt stood up, then things got real and sad.
Go away, Walt.
My favorite clip on Family Guy, one of my favorite clips is Walt Disney's like in his cryo chamber and they like wake him up. He's like, "Are the Jews gone?" He's like, "Put me back."
That was good. I love that shit. But no, they're really good. I love that. You know, there's a lot of things you can't control at my age. Everyone thought you could die 12 years ago, and this was like 10 years ago that they released this.
It reminds me of
thought to be dead forever.
Reminds me of this.
Thanks a lot, Jews.
I miss Wisecrack. Wisecrack used to be awesome with Jared and Garrick Swarmuloid. I don't know what happened to him.
Yep. That's good. No, but that's good. I like putting out ERB stuff here and there. They're pretty funny.
Yeah,
they're good.
Shit. Wait, I gotta send him the link.
But
for this, before I forget. Hope it's still saved. There you go. Papa Cotton, I sent you a link for the poster. The canvas took me minutes. I couldn't find my emails because I probably deleted them.
Yes, indeed.
Let me see some of the. Walt ruined it.
Yes.
Let me see. I sent some funny stuff to myself and to Rookie. There you are. Okay, so Joy commented on this. I just was scrolling Twitter and I found this random, or Reddit, and I found this random like loser posting or something. I thought this was funny. So I say furry abortions need to stop. And so here's Utopia art. It says, "You know who I am? You know what I am. You know what's at stake for me since we first met. And you know full well that I did everything for my career." It says, "Yes, I do know. Seems like you could even kill our baby for your career."
Because now it's eating babies. That's true. Yep.
Let's see what else I saved.
Oopsie poopsie.
I thought this was a funny clip. All right, me present. I share things. I share naughty things, Tricky too. That's why I'm always dropping out and dropping back up.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really selling these kinds of dolls at Target now? Ugh, it looks so real. Wonder how much it is. Damn, you're cheap.
Excuse you? Oh, Daddy. Daddy. Oh my God!
Are they really?
Daddy.
Oh, this was great. Y'all might have seen this clip go around. It's some, I don't know why she's big, but she does these like big interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. So I say this is the
I couldn't watch this all the way.
Baby, one thing about me is everybody know I'm super with a good Gucci, so I always make a lot of money.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician.
I
I make music. I make music. That's not all I do. I make music. I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
I just
My
really
God.
you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
I do music.
So you just really quick for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
This woman's AI or something. She's fake. That's not real. It's not real.
It reminds me of the Scott Adams meme. There's no fixing this.
No. I have one to show too. Another one here. I thought it was funny.
Oh, this is awful. I feel bad.
Yes, but still, let's be done.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Are you single? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take this chair. Thank you.
Nah, crush. Are you single? No. Yeah. Okay.
That has to be a bit talking about that black shit. I really don't think that. Let me look who this bitch is.
I don't, dude. The look on her face. I don't know if she's an actress. She can act well, I guess. But that looked like genuine Airhead stuff. Like, come on.
Let me see. Someone did it in German. I'm trying to figure out who this is. This black bitch. Come on. God, who the fuck is this? Oh, come on. I'll have to find out. Because maybe there's more good clips so we can be like, look, it's Eric. We can do a side by side with Eric July. Ooh, interesting. Save that.
I'll pull up one of your things that you showed me that I thought was pretty funny. That was a series of tweets or whatever. That's pretty good. It's got the rest of this. I was like, I couldn't tell where this was going at first. Like this, I don't know where this is going at all. Oh no, they're okay. So yeah. The recipe starts by telling you to boil an egg. You Google how to boil an egg. It tells you to boil a pot of water. How much water? What pot? What temperature? Give up and order pizza. And then somebody else responds, they're like, no. Water boils at one temperature. Figure enough water to cover the egg because the water is cooking the egg. No. Not that simple, Buster Baxter over here. No, you lose water when it heats. And each location and stovetop is just a little different. How much heat you need. Does the pot matter? When is it actually boiling? The list goes on. John Connor's just like, we're not going to make it, are we? People, I mean.
Well, I shared this because this reminds me of trying to tell Ricky, just fucking cook the steak. You're like, yeah, what do I do? I'm like, you get oil or butter and put it in the skillet, and then you throw the thing on there and cook it. Like, what? Like,
oh yeah, that was funny because like I never cooked a steak before. So it's just like
it's a simple steak.
Well, and so it was mostly a flavor thing that I assumed there was more effort towards because I usually get things very plain. You know me, I get the plain boy, white boy taste and everything. So I was like, there's got to be more magical things I add to the ingredients to make it taste good and stuff. So when you just say throw it on and heat it up and put oil in there and you're good to go, I'm like, what? That's not right. You know, you're black. You're supposed to know this stuff. What do you mean? Like, come on, man.
We do love our flavor. We do love our
yes.
seasonings.
Like I am white boy asking for flavor enhancers, and you're not. You're just saying oil and heat it up, and I'm just like that.
Yeah,
don't make no
I'm
sense.
pretty quote unquote white, but then there's things where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely black. I love chunky white girls.
And No, but then I learned it's like, no, you can fucking mix it with other seasonings and stuff and then put it on there. And then I was like, oh, it like I had to go find like taco seasoning things. And that was like where they had stuff that you could put on steak and whatnot. And that's where I found my flavors. I was like, okay, good. Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you. We'll make it, Angus. We'll make it. We'll struggle, but we'll make it.
Game
we'll
over,
struggle
man.
along the way.
Game over. Rookie had a real fucking Bill Paxton bitch mode on me.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over.
Game over.
Bill Paxton sucks. I'm glad you're dead, Bill. I'm glad you're gone. All right. This is Young Riffa. I have not watched this. So I don't know if this is just like digital jazz or if this is a truly rehearsed piece, but he did the Yaira Winters song recently. So let's see his new work. This is anti-Eric July, essentially Young Riffa. King Karma.
Poisoner has to eat the milk he could. The murderer has to live the life he took. The usurper thought he would rule, but now he serves the holier than thou art exiled from the church. All this time your mind was filled with wicked thoughts. You forgot that someone else was keeping score. King Karma, King Karma, King Karma don't tell you what you paid, but what you owe. Stay in your lane or there's a toll. King Karma, King Karma, King Karma don't preach, he's here to teach you everything you should have known. On your own. On your own. The backbiter has to lay up on the bed. The black vipers, there the venom will be spread. And that liar will have his tongue pulled from his head. The quagmire of life means nothing to the dead. For every mouth that goes without its daily bread, there's someone else whose belly has been overfilled. King Karma, King Karma, King Karma don't tell you what you paid, but what you owe. Stay in your lane or there's a toll. King Karma, King Karma, King Karma don't preach, he's here to teach you everything you should have known. Oh, the sweetest of dreams that you had will turn sour. The time you have left will go down to the hour. The mirror you stare into will cast its verdict. You will ask if it was worth it. King Karma, King Karma.
Oh, sorry, damn it. I like the lyrics. I'm not a lyric guy. I like that he put them up so I could follow along. Yeah, it sounded out of tune, but I think that was maybe intentional. By old Young Riffa. I have to go with the sentiment.
Well, maybe you're having comprehension issues.
You are comprehension issues. Oh, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, one day we'll have to go back and look at my tweet back and forth with Eric from last year, that video, because yeah, the song's all right. I didn't mind it. Scummy Wummy thinks that this guy is a detracting liability. Hey, he's actually trying to make art. You're seeing it firsthand versus Eric that's just printing out comics and paint by numbers by his colorist. And they're either just drab or fucking just over fucking oranged. Let me see what else. What else did I say? Oh wait, yeah. See, this is why I don't share everything that I'm sharing with Erky, because I send him Pokemon porn. Because I'm like, wait, what is this? Oh, I thought this was funny. Let me pause it. There we go. Presenting some weird Russian and a harmonica thing. Here we go.
А теперь, Савушка, давай, красивый мальчик. Держи. Какие красивые ноты. Молодец.
That's fucking cool, honestly.
That's cool. Well, that reminds me, for some reason, the Jigsaw clip, the puppetry with them,
Jigsaw.
the Jigsaw working with Jigsaw, living with Jigsaw, those clips. We watched that last week. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't seen this in years. Jigsaw.
That was not as good as my rap that was featured on TRASHCAST the other day. Detractor art is a genre.
TRASHCAST today. Are you on Twitter? Send it to me on Angus Reviews. At Angus Reviews. Yeah, if you wish.
He said it was featured on TRASHCAST.
Yeah, so do you have a timestamp I can look at it? Put it in the chat and then we'll show it. But I'll show you this funny thing I showed Rookie.
I honestly didn't think it was going to be funny. The thing he's about to show. I was like, it sounds kind of lame. But then I was laughing. I was laughing through it.
It fucking killed me because I love Saw. And like, I think you have to be a fan to make such a good parody of this.
Yes.
Here we go.
Jigsaw's little puppet guy.
Billy the puppet.
Uh-huh.
That's bearable, at least. I see what you did there.
Yes.
Here we go. Living with Jigsaw.
So, what's it like living with Jigsaw?
Not as cool as I thought it would be.
I want to play a game.
Okay, well, I want to take a shower, so...
The toilet has been clogged with 2-ply paper towel. If you do not fix it in the next 27 seconds, it will overflow, covering your personal electronic devices in filthy toilet water. To reach them, you must walk barefoot across a floor covered in razor blades.
Razor blades.
The clock is ticking, Gary. Make your choice.
It closes the door.
The wine in both your glasses has been replaced with the blood of a 3-toed sloth.
3-toed. Love it.
Gary.
What do you want? Like, what?
You are completely surrounded by armed mousetraps.
Armed mousetraps.
The keys to your car have been force-fed to Bingo. You must retrieve them in the next 5 minutes using any weapon of your choosing from this open drawer, or you will not make it to the office on time. The choice is yours, Gary. Will you take the life of your best friend or be late to work for the 4th time this week?
So stupid. So dumb. I love
it. Oh, wait. What's a PSP? Oh, PSP. Okay, the game. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No. PlayStation.
I had the PSP
portable
for a minute.
I never had a PSP, and I know that.
I always wanted
PlayStation
one.
Portable.
I worked at a game store. Well, it was actually mainly like a movie store. We sold games and stuff too. Used to, and so finally, PSP came through, and I'm like, cool, because I got this Star Wars Battlefront that I always wanted to play on the PSP. You can play as like I think Ayla Sakura in it, and it fucking sucked. I hated it.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, the PSP
Hold
was
it back.
short-lived.
Fuck
Short-lived, honestly. But
Fuck
now that
that.
there's the second Jigsaw, we're working with Jigsaw or whatever. The next one.
Yeah, we can hold off on that.
No, you
can make them
tired?
want more.
You
You
tired,
can make them
Mila?
want more.
Jackson?
No, I want to use the time to get at least an episode of Breaking Bad in with you. We're so close to finishing the show.
How many episodes are left? Like 10.
Oh, let me check on Netflix. Let me see. Streaming. Because I got all my streaming apps in one hub on my phone. Okay, here we go. Let us check. Breaking Bad. Let me go to my continue. All right.
TJ Laser sells a PSP.
All right, so we're on episode 4, and there is 16 episodes in this series left of the last season, because it's actually 2 seasons that they showed into one on the app. I guess in closing, I still have one I play when I'm traveling. Yeah, I guess if you have one like readily available, put in the comments. Otherwise, comment on the video later about campaigns you think I should back or promote. Maybe get the creator on. Don't care if it's Indiegogo, Kickstarter, from a comic, a 4th platform if there is one. I'm interested because I'm trying to find new stuff, either reading or interviewing people. Promotion. I mean, I'm always got stuff I need to read, but I like to support the indie guys, so drop any links or put them in the comments on this stream or other videos. Anything else you want to close out with, Ricky?
No, but that was a nice night of detracting and fun.
Oh man, that puppet was pretty good. Now I have to watch Trading Places to appreciate the humor.
Yes, which I think that is on Netflix to watch. So
interesting. Not gonna watch tonight. Got some Breaking Bad to do. Oh wait. I guess to try to get y'all hyped and thus more interested in supporting me, I guess I'll let you find people, because as you know, I'm making Meth Gator. Send this picture to my Twitter so I can show y'all. Go back to the Meth Gator album. There it is. It's that album. It should be newer stuff. Okay, yeah. So we got this one. Send it to. Let me copy it. Bear with me 1 second. Send it to Rookie. Oh, actually, there's one article I want to show y'all. It looked funny as fuck. We'll experience this together because the headline for it is fucking hilarious. And then
I just saw your text that you texted me, I assume, when you went to the bathroom.
The statue.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, it's fucking sweet, right?
Yeah, I meant when you went to the bathroom.
Oh.
I was just like, I just saw that right now. I was like, wait, that was an hour ago. Okay.
Whoops.
That's fun.
That one. Okay. Here we go. Top deer detracting by me.
Okay. You can tease them with the image there. Okay.
All right. So we got a couple things. All right. Let me go to my Twitter and pull this up from Scummy Wummy. Mr. Scummy Wummy. You piece of shit. Guess I'll follow you. Detractor. That's interesting. Does Hollywood have a problem with black male hair? Okay. Let me go back. Let me click your detracting video. All right, let me share this. Try Anthony Sicca. He makes good music too. Okay, I'll look that up.
I saw a Frog Tony thumbnail thing with the his doing the Renowned Zero type of thumbnail or whatever, and it's like, haha, they look identical, and it's a picture of Sturgis on top with the picture of the drawing of Sturgis on the bottom.
Here we go.
Here's a story about a guy called Eric, not to be confused with another named Derek. Eric was a big bad booty daddy player, starts to count goodness, then a couple million later. Needed to control everyone who was around him. Couldn't keep control of his mouth and they floundered. Floundered's a fish, but he really fought a frog. Tried to make him shh. Then he smiled, thought he got off. But the frog was connected to a cybernetic being where he could attach and turn into anything. Cyber frog quietly turned into a fiend, and the fiend has ever since haunted Eric's dreams. Amphibionics flashback 2023. Eric was the next Stan Lee. Now he's just like Stanley, Laurel and the Silverback. With no morals, won't get the 3 million back. Managing the decline without even a spine. The name is Detractors, fake face with bad actors. Fake laughter. Strain in the eyes from living in disguise. Whatever happened to compromise? You live long enough, you become your own lies. Follow a sheep to join the follow sheep.
I understood that reference.
Yes.
That's good. Oh, that's nice stuff there. All right, I gotta look at this picture, then find the. Oh fuck! Wait, did I send it myself? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I didn't send it myself. Okay, I texted it to myself. Sending it to the rookie critic, the rookie faggot. All right. So it's called Woman Gets Stood Up on a Date, Finds Out. Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not, but let's assume it is. And we're experiencing this together for the first time. Feels like the first time. Here we go. Woman gets stood up on a date, finds out the restaurant tricked her into eating dinner alone. So this is a new way to generate more revenue potentially for you, Rookie. You need to make a Tinder account. You're like, yeah, let's meet at Subway.
Wait, what?
Did you not hear what I said? Woman gets stood up on a date, finds out the restaurant tricked her into eating dinner alone.
Oh,
I was
right.
telling you this would be a way to generate more revenue for
Oh,
yourself.
how does the restaurant trick you into eating dinner
We're gonna
alone?
find out. I think I know
Okay,
how.
that's why I was confused. Like, what?
Participating in the dating scene is already hard enough, and still businesses keep finding ways to make it even worse. For instance, this restaurant came up with a catfishing scheme to get people to come eat at their establishments, which many people fell for. Now they're starting to talk about it on the internet. We all know that the internet is infuriated. It's not good news for the target of it. This woman turned to TikTok to share a story about how she was catfished by a restaurant that orchestrated a fake date just to get customers, and people are fuming.
Oh, I see. It's like, hey,
I was just
meet
on a
me
date,
at this place.
and it's the most humiliating experience ever. Story time. Met this guy on a dating app, and he immediately asked me on a date to a specific restaurant. He confirmed day off. I get to the restaurant and see that he's nowhere to be found, so I reached out. No response. I checked the app and noticed that he's unmatched me. At that point, I was a little confused and I was kind of pissed because I was already dressed and I got all the way there. And because I had put in so much effort, I thought I might as well just have a meal while I'm at the building. This is
That's how they get you.
not bad. And it wasn't until I got home and I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a very similar story from a girl, that same restaurant, who also got stood up. She found out that there are restaurants now posing as people on dating apps just so you go to their business.
The restaurants are evolving, Angus. They're evolving to trick women into eating at their
We need to send this to. So Yaira's not doing great, people. Follow me. Yaira is not doing great. It hit that amazing $1 million quicker than I someone. Wow. Wowie. But now it's floundering worse book purchase wise than Alpha Core. It's really tanking since that day one mammoth opening. So hear me out, Eric July, if you're listening. No Dick Andrew. Delineate this to Eric. Make a dating app profile and then be like, oh yeah, man, I just love these comics. Man, I just love girls that are really into the Rippaverse. You need to trick these hoe-ass hoes into buying your Rippaverse.
No, he's got to make a Rippa restaurant and then make a dating and then join a dating app, then make his own dating app. Invite them to the Rippa restaurant and invite them on a fake restaurant date. And then there you go. Catfish them.
She found out some restaurants posing 9 times out of 10 you're going to buy something from, and that just blew my mind, the fact that we have stooped this low. Don't waste your time with this one, ladies. He'll confirm a date and not show it. First time I thought it was a valid excuse, but I'm 99% sure he sent me a photo of a car accident from online saying that's what happened. So gave second chance, stood up after confirming plans, then he went radio silent. Jail for all the people at the restaurant thinking they're marketing geniuses. You are not. No girl boss town. You are just ruining a girl's mental self-esteem. I can't even believe. I'm going to insert the screenshots below so you can see what a wild ride, right?
Hold on, can you scroll up to the face again? I like that face. It's like, I'm watching you eat alone, bitch. Like that, sneaking over the counter.
Okay, so here's her video. Ah, fuck. No, get out of here.
Experience ever. Story time. Met this guy on a dating app and he immediately asked me out on a date to a specific restaurant. He confirmed day of. I get to the restaurant and see that he's nowhere to be found. So I reach out, no response. I check the app and notice that he unmatched me. At that point, I was a little confused and I was kind of pissed because I was already dressed and I got all the way there. And because I had put in so much effort, I thought I might as well just have a meal while I am in the building. And it wasn't until I got home when I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a very similar story from a girl at that same restaurant who also got stood up. She found out that there are restaurants now posing as people on dating apps just so you go to their business. And once you get stood up, they know that probably 9 times out of 10 that you're going to buy something. And
because you're also upset.
The fact that she put this music with it makes it funnier.
Because it's almost like
she's like the sad violin.
She's grifting.
Women posting their L's online got stood up by a restaurant.
And still ate there anyway.
Blew my mind. The fact that we have stooped this low. Sirens, jail time, jail for all the people at the restaurants thinking they're marketing geniuses. You are not no girl boss town. You are just ruining a girl.
I'd love for her to go to the restaurant and yell at the staff, and they're just like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like a restaurant is doing that?" It's like I can imagine that literally just being some guy that randomly just fucks with people or something. Just I'm gonna pose as a
Simon, did you do this shit again? It's the third girl this week.
He's in the corner huddling. He's like, yeah, we got another one.
Mental self-esteem. I can't even believe. I'm going to insert the screenshots below so you can see, but what a wild ride, right?
We read that a second ago. Wow. It's like time travel. Time travel. I don't understand that. Why is she older?
So this is a real fucking story.
See it now. The woman I mentioned earlier was not no restaurant, but I could say she was a cow. But
now this is good. Now this is pod racing.
We our minds are ruined by media that we watch. We see a lot of things those ways.
I love how follow sheet became a term now.
Yeah, that's the way.
Make female catfish counts to bring Sturgises in too. Oh yeah, talk
Genius.
up all the like Rippetards and like, oh man, yeah, you love Rippaverse. Oh man, you're gonna love this book too. Man, this guy hates hoe ass roads as well. You should back him.
No,
and then
even more than that, they should have them pose as fake family members to people in the Rippaverse, and get fake trolled.
No, go. I like what you're saying, but go even a deeper, darker turn, Ricky. You look up the genealogy from my Some Knox to Eric July, and you just make up accounts with their names. Yeah. I'm Altona Knox, and I want to go on a date with you.
You have more people get offended for this. Like, how dare you? It's like no one attacked him. Yes, they did. What they put next to him this time? A porcupine. Well, what? It looks like Shaquifa.
Oh man. Okay, so ready for the big reveal, people. This is an idea. Oh, you're doing the fucking
I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah. That's from the poop episode, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
poof. SpongeBob is too good for us all, honestly. It's too good.
All right, so I've mentioned I want to make the spinoff character a female. So this is the concept art of her. I call her Smokescreen. All right, so
Smokescreen.
yeah, and yes, I know there are other characters in comics named Smokescreen, so I think that's fine. And at worst, I'll just have to trademark it as blank companies Smokescreen, like Marvel's Thor. You know, because Thor is open market, but you have to trademark.
If you have to make up your own names, you might come up with something like Yaira or something.
Well, yeah, it wasn't even. I didn't even know. I just happened to think. Let me look up if there's other people named Smokescreen. So I'm like, oh, well, like what? Transformers and Spider-Man has like some obscure Smokescreen. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Don't think there's going to be confusion.
But yeah. and the name scheme has to do with her abilities, so it's not.
So yeah, this is a little concept piece I got done a while ago, and then this is a recent.
I like this image.
Cover I got commissioned. Still not nailing what I want for, but this is a pretty good. This is from. Let me find his account, so I can tell y'all. He's got comics, lewd, not safe for work comics you can read online if you back them. I have. Let me find. Find his link. So this is the guy that commissioned my piece, and he's pretty good artist. You like ladies.
Yeah. Do you want to explain any part about her, or like have it be, maybe, some people say that maybe she could be a squid-like person that has abilities that are, she could swim.
It appears that she has tentacle hair. I'm not sure though. Oh, you know what? I might have to get someone to help me write Dokumon style cards as like a like obvious grift troll tier, because like I don't fucking care about trading cards, but if like someone else can make Dokumon cards,
that would be funny.
Yeah, I'll just make it Document Man, because that's all Dokumon is. Eric's so fucking dumb and unimaginative that like it's very obvious Dokumon is just Document Man.
It's literally like when I created little alien creatures, I called this one an Octoquadrodon, because it's like he had 8 like arms and like 4 body pieces and a dawn, so that sounds like a dinosaur. So there you go, Octoquadrodon. That's not like the official name. It's just like the temporary. That's just a name for now.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Smokescreen because I can trademark it with the company name beforehand. So that'll be
indeed
that, just to avoid like, oh, someone else has a Smokescreen, I guess, you idiot. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Plenty of people have published Thor or Hercules, and it's just like they trademark their version with company name Hercules.
You should go to your name her Cora.
Yes, this is Smokescreen. This is a spinoff character. And she will be in Meth Gator, but you won't know it. You won't know it. Be the most minor little thing, and then you'll learn retroactively with her issue that this is Smokescreen. But yeah, like how he made it very booby. Yeah, I love Medusa, and so I'm like, I want to have like, how do I include Medusa in the world I'm trying to make? Like octopus, that'll work. It won't be so obvious. But yeah, like Medusa image wise, like I want to have a Medusa, so that was kind of the impetus image wise of like. But yeah, she will.
I can see some people going, this just looks like a race or a gender swap Kit Fistu or something. It's like, no.
We need someone who draws manga ecchi to be a detractor so that Sturgis can get hurt. He's clearly not impressed with Western superhero art. Wait, what is manga ecchi? Look this
I
up.
have no idea.
Ecchi.
He won't be caught drawing that though, so I don't. It must be something very lewd, I imagine.
I'm assuming this is like some lolly shit, like this Yellow Flash manga he likes.
Potentially.
Meaning. Look at meaning.
Not quite sure.
Playfully sexual.
Yeah, he says lewd manga. Yeah, or he's laughing that I said lewd manga. I don't know. That's
It's a
what
slang term in Japanese language for playfully sexual actions. As an adjective is used the meaning of sexy, dirty, or naughty. As a verb, ecchi suru means to have sex, and as a noun, it is used to describe someone of lascivious behavior. Interesting. Very nice. How much?
Lascivious sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Lascivious.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited. She's Octo lady, not a squid lady. Octo. Squids suck. Squids are stupid. They taste good, but yeah, no, I'm excited. That's why it's like, hey, help me make this a thing, people. I need your help. I can only do so much fucking overtime. Just backbreaking work. The factory. So any support helps me make stuff like this, So it's a little teaser I've held out for a while with this, but this has been an idea brewing for a while. I'm thinking kind of getting like mix. Again, I'm a comics novice, but I've read some Supergirl that Michael Turner worked on and Witchblade. I'm starting to like that comic. Michael Turner worked on, so I think I want to channel those two comics for like the tone. Probably more so maybe the first probably will feel more like Supergirl, like more innocent, whatever, then like you get a little more hardened in her field, like Witchblade later on in the story. But yeah, and this is a character I want to bring to life along with Meth Gator, and I think it'll be fun to see them intermingle, because I think you'll like her power set, because she's an Octo lady, but like she's not invincible. She has to be Meth Gator's a fucking brute. He's got bulletproof skin, especially, and he gets enhanced with his meth. Versus her, she's basically a woman, but she does have a power, but she's not invincible. Guns and fists, they fucking hurt. They can kill her. So she has to be more tactful. But yeah, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And yeah, TJ, I'll make a post tomorrow properly showcasing your art. I'm sorry I've lacked doing so. I really do appreciate that you did that fan art for me. Yeah, talk to y'all later. We can enjoy some Breaking Bad. Till next time, farewell.